Mic check 3 2.
Mic check.
Bit of hiss back here.
Okay, I think we're good to mic check. Hey everyone, and welcome to the Noiseroom. That is also the the media source from last time where I showed the next episode's first scene.
I wasn't supposed to be here, but I was here, so there's that.
Matt was not supposed to be here, but he is here. Welcome back to the Noiseroom podcast, where we're officially better than any podcast you've previously listened to. I don't remember the exact quote.
I have been thinking of zingers for I've been thinking of zingers for an entire day now, and yet they've all just dropped out of my mind.
You know the first thing I think of when I hear zingers, the word zingers, is the KFC item that got discontinued.
Was that the chicken sandwich?
And the only reason I think about it is because we worked at KFC.
Man,
you guys worked at KFC?
Chicken. Yeah,
I know. Yes.
Together, actually.
Wait, did you guys work? Okay, did you guys work at that KFC that literally had a live chicken running around? Because I had a KFC near my
No, but I did work at a
KFC,
KFC, and I do. Okay. So, funny story. I worked at KFC twice in my life. Once in high school, and once after a terrible fucking I just got out of the arms of a terrible abusive job, and KFC was essentially the one place I could go, and it was just I chose it because it was a lot better than the job I was having. Not only did they pay more, but they treated me better.
Why am I imagining KFC as some sort of pimp?
Not only did they KFC Town. Have you played the KFC dating game?
God,
no,
I'm not having bringing back the fucking dating.
This exists, by the way.
I'm still flabbergasted that there's one about frickin' Cthulhu.
You'd be surprised. No, KFC officially licensed the dating sim.
I know. They even again. There's so many weird ass dating sims. There's one where you date a pigeon. There's one where you try to hook up with an old one. My favorite is the one where you date the candidates from the 2016 election. Oh God!
And they're all shockingly accurate to their actual fucking portrayal on television.
So first of all, second Neville Penda says, "G'day, yes, anime Colonel Smanders." Second of all, the freaking debacle that we had at our KFC was that not even 1 week into our work at the KFC in our, well, it's Matt's hometown, not mine. We were given the news that we would be moving to other KFCs because the current one was going to be closed down for maintenance. And they said they gave us, it would be up in the next February. It was the February after that. So we were moved to other KFCs. Matt didn't even, He wasn't even set up at one. He wasn't even scheduled for work at the KFC he was supposed to, which was the same one I was.
During the transfer, they just lost all my fucking information.
Mm-hmm.
And I kept checking in with the manager saying, "Hey, can you get me this information?" Literally the next week, he quit.
Okay, I'm getting to that. The KFC that we were working at, that I was working at, and that he was going to be working at, wasn't just a KFC. It was an A&W too. So I had to learn an entirely new menu, without any prior training on that menu. First day.
I'm just gonna ask. Was there McDonald's next door?
Yes, it was that one. It was.
Oh my God, that's the one I was talking about. That's the one I was talking about.
Oh my God.
It had a live fucking chicken. There were live
What
fucking
year?
chickens. I remember this so well because this is around the time I was working for that Shakespeare group.
I was
because mine was 2017
last year.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
so,
no.
Okay, you know what's actually funny is I know the group of people who works there, and they're all like fucking like huge goddamn like stoners. Some of them did like harder drugs even, and
I can
would
tell.
not put it past that group.
I asked them about I asked about that. They were just like they kind of were really weird about it.
I did go clubbing with them.
KFC horror stories is the title of the.
I think I've
but okay, so here's the thing. Okay, so here's the thing. I was apparently hadn't like signed a thing that basically said I work in this KFC now instead of the other one as opposed to the other one, and I'm like, okay, I signed that after a week or two of stressful day and night shifts, or day and evening shifts, I should say. Trying to like half of which I was at the counter, taking orders that I didn't even know half of them were, because half of them were A&W. There was a nightmare that I had with a freaking it was like an Oreo milkshake that someone ordered, and it was like rush hour, and by the time the milkshake got to the counter, it was like it had like half melted, and I was the guy up front telling the woman that she had to wait more to get her milkshake, and I was just so distressed. I was so stressed out with that.
This was something that happened?
This is something that happened, yeah.
Oh, jeez. I know how A&W can be, because KFC doesn't really do a fucking good job at training you, actually. Can I tell you a really funny KFC story had?
Can I finish first? By the way, Maya's
this one's
here.
really quick. Oh, hey, Maya.
Hello.
Hi, Maya.
Hey.
Hello.
All right, you can finish first, but I've got a few good ones after you do.
After yours, then we got to get back to the Bionicle subject that we were on earlier. Okay, but first off, after all of that happened, it was like the week after, and like I had to sign this thing that was saying basically that I worked at this specific KFC. It was the end of my work week. I did basically a mid-afternoon shift. Then I left. Next week, I didn't get a schedule, or I didn't get called in for a schedule, and I was like, okay. I call them, and they say, hi, any times for Daniel Burns? And they look at the calendar and they're like, no, I don't see a Daniel Burns. I'm like, okay. Next week I do the same thing. Any Daniel Burns? Nope. Thank you. Okay. At this point, I'm convinced that they laid me off without telling me. In addition to all of this, they still owed me a $315 paycheck that was sitting in the boss's room. In the manager's office. This was October that this was happening, by the way. Or like the end of October. And I didn't get that paycheck back until the end of November, when we were going back from Thanksgiving break.
Are you freaking serious?
Yep. And I come back to figure out that there's a completely new manager there who doesn't know me. There's the only person who does know me is not in a position of power in any sense. She's just working the counter.
Oh yeah, literally everyone fucking quit.
Everyone fucking quit, and they had no information on me. Technically, I could still be working there. But nobody would ever know.
You just be collecting money for no reason, but it's all just sitting in the boss's office.
Exactly.
I did have
So
a
it's like you
dollar.
just have earned like collectively in the couple years it's been like
It's like
75 grand.
It's like hi, and I'm gonna call this person Kevin because I'd defer privacy's sake. It's like hi.
Get manager.
It's like who is this the manager of the so and so KFC? And I'm like, and it's like yep, and I was like yep, this is Kevin. Hi Kevin, I used to work there. I still have a $315 paycheck sitting on the counter. Or sitting in the manager's office of that particular establishment, and I would like that back, please.
I just want to interject with you opened up the call with, "Hi, Kevin."
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Hi, Kevin. Exactly.
Stupid fucking SpongeBob quote.
Where'd Maya go?
I don't know.
She disappeared.
Maybe she just got arrows like that happens.
I care about you.
Yeah, she. I don't know what happened. So, are you finished?
Yeah, basically.
I'll just get resolved.
I did get the money in the end, but if I hadn't, that was gonna be terrible against them.
Well, you also could file like a thing with the state saying, "Hey, I was owed money. I didn't get paid." You can file a thing, and the state would be like, "Hey, aren't you supposed to owe the money?" And they'll be like, "Oh yeah," and then they'll give you your paycheck.
You just steal it back from you.
I signed a thing that basically said I had to do those kind of like private lawsuits or private
small claims court.
What claim court?
Small claims
where
it's like
court,
not a lot of money, and it's like a lawsuit that it takes like a week to basically be like, yes, this is what's happening, this is what's happening, cool, judge here, excellent, you're done.
Yeah. And kind of like not
you don't need to go to a jury, it's just basically you just need to talk to somebody. Yeah, exactly. Small claims court is like a very personal lawsuit between like you and the person you're suing.
Yeah. If I had not gotten my money, I would have considered that, but I did.
Well, you either do that or you just have to talk to the state, because like I had to.
I'm not gonna hold a grudge if all's been paid.
So
yeah, but they did lay me off for no reason, so
I actually have a few good, like really fucking good KFC stories that I kind of want to dish, but I don't know when we'll bring up the topic of fucking KFC again. So I'm just going to get a few of them out.
The title of the podcast is literally called KFC Horror Stories, and I have not started animating yet. I actually do have Sonic 2020 work I should be doing tonight.
We should know. We need to do Avastera. We need to do Avastera just because it's the only night.
Like, I'll do that. I'll do the Rush Talks to Scythe scene. If I get done with that early, I'll start composing.
Sounds good. So anyway, KFC stories. Like you were saying, they were like, you were talking about how like they put you on the register with no knowledge of what the fucking menus are. So back in 2014, I was really fucking bad at or not that I was really bad at it, but so in 2014 was the first time I've ever had, and I remember this very clearly. So 2014 was the first time I've ever had bone-in chicken, like ever. Fried chicken that wasn't chicken tenders or chicken nuggets. First time I've ever had bone-in chicken. So I had no clue what the difference between a breast and a thigh was, or legs.
One's drier.
Legs or wings or what they look like. So
chicken.
So when asked to pack the pieces, I was like, "Which one's which? Which is the terminology for this?" Because they never trained me. They never suspected the anomaly of me, who's never had fried chicken in my life up until recently, working at a KFC. And so this one guy, and you could still find this review, this one guy got like really fucking mad because I accidentally put a thigh in his white meat box.
Oh God.
And he got like really fucking mad and like basically essentially was like he tears the piece of chicken open. It's like, see this? This is dark meat. This is what dark meat looks like. You should know what this is. And,
see the darkness.
And the funny thing
from retail, Jesus Christ, please.
The funny thing is, you could still find his fucking review on Yelp of that KFC.
I'm gonna look it up right now.
Is it the same KFC?
The same one that we worked at?
Yeah.
Yeah, but like years ago.
This is the one when you know who was doing you know what.
I don't.
I'm talking about the
by the way, that
manager.
KFC's rated. Oh, by the way, that KFC's rated
the old manager.
1.5 stars.
Oh yeah, no.
From 119 people. It's terrible.
Legit, all of the fucking managers. Okay. Back when I worked there in high school, all the managers were fucking hardcore stoners. And they worked there. And so the place became like this fucking cesspool for the stoner community of Pleasanton, who would fucking trash the place. And they were given like special priority because they were the manager's friends. And customers would get really angry because these dumb kid fucking stoners that the managers liked would get served first and served for free. And they'd be out of food by the time that, you know, actual paying customers wanted to get in and get something.
Yeah,
I'm
trying to find the review. Hold on.
I see a lot of 1 star.
It's all the way back from like 2014.
Oh my God.
Did you find it?
No, I'm trying to find it, and then Yelp gave me reviews, and it said, you may also consider, as if basically trying to say, you probably shouldn't eat here, bud.
You may also like, no.
Yeah, it says sponsored, but like still.
Like, you may also consider somewhere else, literally anywhere else.
You may also consider dying.
Like,
someone in the review says that they ran out of chicken. How the fuck did they run out of chicken?
Dude. This shit takes forever to make, and it goes bad really quick.
Yeah, like,
yeah, I could go very quick.
Which is weird because apparently they got fresh chicken just walking the fuck around.
Oh man,
I still find it so weird, and no one would give me a straight answer what the fuck that was about.
No. The really funny thing. No, the really funny thing is, so every time a customer would ask for something, we would be out of something. There was never a day where we had the entire inventory in stock. Either we were out of chicken, either we were out of certain chicken pieces, or we were just out of some random side that the fucking customer wanted. So, like, we never had anything. We were the worst place to shop at.
Wow.
That is.
We were literally nicknamed by like an old people group. We were literally nicknamed the fucking bottom feeders.
Never die.
I'm trying to find it.
Bottom feeders. Wait, you're the bottom feeders? So are you chicken or fish?
I don't know. I guess old people thought it was
bottom
clever.
Feeders, Lawbot level 1.
I don't know. Maybe the A&W one has fish.
Kudos to anybody who knows that reference.
I rarely ever eat
There
A&W.
he is.
He snuck in after all.
There he is.
Welcome to the Noiseroom podcast, where Spyro VA sneaks in every single time.
Oh,
hello again.
Fucking
Yeah, he
time.
might as
Okay.
well be the unofficial fourth co-host.
Fifth.
Might as
Fifth.
well.
Fifth.
Excuse you.
Fifth.
Doesn't matter. Hello. Sorry, forgot about it.
Welcome to the Noiseroom podcast.
Me,
where
Matt, Maya,
Spyro VA
Eden,
is officially unofficially Maya and Eden's replacement.
I'm trying to find this. What date is the review from? Like, what year?
I know it's
2014.
2014.
2015. Oh, you found it 2014.
2014, yeah.
Okay, hold on. I have to
Really?
reorganize it by date, not
It's
not star.
either 2014 or 2015.
Oldest first.
And
All right, let's do oldest first.
You shall
Okay.
find it.
Yeah. So hold on, I'm just skipping up to 2014. I have to go through a bunch. I have to drive through. Nope. Manager unfriendly. God, even these
Yeah,
reviews
the
like
managers
7 years
were-
ago are terrible. Jesus Christ.
man, the managers were like.
Well, I tried to get
absolutely
Popeyes last
like-
week. It sucks ass.
Oh no, Popeyes is like the only thing they have that's worth a damn is the chicken sandwich. But in the meantime, while you're looking for it, I do have another story about KFC that is.
Did you start working there, by the way? In 2014.
Around I think November, October.
November? Okay, so then I gotta look.
All right.
I'm finding review. I found a November review.
No, it was November because I remember the reason I got the job there was so I could play Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire when
Nice.
they came out.
It did come out in
And-
November, right?
Yeah, that game did come out in November.
I'm trying
Did
to
you-
find it.
Probably. No, it was probably October because every bad day at work I would sing a fucking song in my head and this would go on for like a few weeks.
They keep playing
Try
sad
Oc-
songs
try
on the
October.
radio, and I feel like I'm so alone on this 15-hour drive. Sorry.
So I actually have another really funny
Open the
story.
goddamn door.
Before you get there, have y'all
It's
tried
closing
Chick-
the goddamn door, you idiot! No, I'm kidding.
What about
All the
Chick-fil-A?
while
What
I
do you
tell
think?
myself to just
I
believe.
cannot find the review. I can't find the review.
Try it in
You-
2015.
I'm looking in 2015. Service.
I worked there until like July, until like mid-July.
I'm
Which
surprised.
review for?
I'm surprised I never saw you there because my family would occasionally, because it's so close. Sometimes, like my dad would sometimes drive there if we want to get something to eat.
This was a different KFC than the one that he was moved to.
Um,
Although we did work at
Ah.
the same KFC for a little bit.
That's
Although, okay, so one of the funny things about I have a really fucking good story about KFC, but it's a little gross. If you guys are cool with me telling you that,
Go ahead.
I got a strong stomach.
We gone through worse.
I've got.
okay, just
Yeah.
content warning. This shit about to get disgusting up in here. So
If,
Rated
any of
PG?
y'all in the chat
I mean,
are
rated
listening
R.
and you're squeamish,
Can't find
mute
this.
and we'll clap. No, I don't know if we'll.
I can't find it. Can someone just click the 3 dots that's and like auto
Alpha
review
Ruby
and
Omega
click share
Sapphire.
review and just DM me the link? I can't find it.
Ocean says, "Get on with it." Second double pen
is
says,
what link are you?
Yeah,
looking
get
for?
on.
'Cause you might-
The
you
Yelp
might
review
be-
direct link that that he found. I can't find it.
No, it's not the one in Dublin. It's the one in Pleasant.
Oh, okay. That may. Okay, then hold on. I gotta research this. I gotta search Yelp near Pleasanton, not
Okay.
Dublin.
So let me just get out this story real quick. So I was working one day. It was just a normal day, and then some lady was standing in front of the women's bathroom, and
Is this the one by Safeway?
yeah, it's the one like. right
Okay, cool,
across the
cool,
way.
cool.
So some woman was standing like right in front of the women's bathroom, and she's like, "I gotta go," and I'm like, "Oh, what's the issue?" It's like, "You take a look." I open the door, and the sewer system is flooded, and there's just this fucking large brown puddle.
"Oh yeah, the
boy.
literal shitstorm from Regal."
A literal, it's almost like Regal Cinemas infected the place and was like, haha, you're gonna have shit, because we're just a massive pile of shit that could turn anything, any day you have into shit. Anyway, that's Regal. This is KFC. A whole different mess of shit. Anyway,
Oof.
so
I
there's
think
this
Rush
brown
had one of
fucking
those.
puddle.
The voice actor for Rush, to differentiate, had one of those stories at Home Depot.
My eyes widen. I close the door, and I just get back to working. And I think the woman's trying to contact me. It's like, hey, sir. And it was like,
not my problem.
I'm just debating. I'm being like, should I tell someone about it? Should I not? I bet you if someone sees it, they're gonna send me in to clean it up. At the same time, if I say something, they're probably gonna send me to clean it up. I'll do the moral thing. I'll point it out. So 2015?
Yeah, is it 2015? Because 2014, I can't find anything like that. Or 2015.
Could be 2015.
Yeah, I can't find it.
The one on Santa Rita?
Yeah, I can't find that one.
Must have just completely.
Probably a person deleted it. Oh, I know what to do. Just Internet Archive it.
Yeah. Anyway,
yeah,
so,
I love that thing.
So I tell the guy who was working at the counter, or I tell the manager, and she's just like, okay, clean it up. And I'm like, no, you don't understand. Actual shit coming from actual sewage. Just like, yeah, clean it up.
Shit?
How do you clean that up?
It's like a shit demon.
So
Literally.
I was in the bathroom with
and
fucking
believe me, I will.
gloves on, just trying to scoop this shit up, and like almost fucking losing my lunch because I'm stepping in actual
We've got to
feces.
keep going.
I called him in. It's like, okay, I'm not fucking doing this. You gotta fucking do it. And then one of the managers almost pukes. And I just walk out and I say, there is nothing I can do about that situation.
And believe me, I
Worst
will.
part, they sent me back to work without even changing, without even washing my hands.
Doesn't work.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
God.
Why?
No.
But we've got to keep going.
Oh, that
You know what
is...
the funniest part though?
Wait, did you not wear gloves?
I want just
No,
as badly
I did.
to crush the
I wore
life out of the
gloves.
lucky scoundrel who did this to
But
us.
like,
And believe
It's
my
me,
so gross.
uniform,
Why the fuck did you work there at that point? Like,
badly to
come on,
crush
man.
I left
Yeah, right?
shortly after.
the life
Why?
I would
Because
said fuck no. I
That's-
would
life
out
out badly to
Have you
badly to
considered
crush the
at
life
that
out of
time
the lucky scoundrel who
GameStop?
did this
Because
to
at least
us.
GameStop
And
doesn't
believe
make you
me,
clean
I
up shit because they
will.
don't have a
But
fucking
we've got to
bathroom.
keep going.
True. No, GameStop was where I applied next. I've tried like at least
Don't bother.
three
GameStop's
times
going
on.
under.
Still, I like talking about video
They
games.
keep
I like
saying-
working.
I almost worked at a Barnes & Noble for a while. Like, no joke.
No, but guys, I got to get to the funniest part of the story.
Oh no.
Oh, God.
oh boy.
The CEO had an interview that day.
Oh my God.
Oh,
my God.
That poor girl who had to be
I
seated
can imagine
right
how it
next
went.
to the fucking like actual shit smell of the women's bathroom, and the manager just like awkwardly stumbles over to me and then goes, "Can you open the front door, please?" And to be an asshole, I'm like, "Why?"
Oh,
And
man.
he just like cups his head in his hands, and it's just like, and he just like he just cups his head in his hands. He just opens the door. I made sure to leave early. I was like, I'm not gonna fucking take this. If they want to fire me, they can fucking fire me. They didn't.
I'm surprised they didn't.
I'm trying to remember the
No one
last
would.
time
No
I
one
ate
in
a
their right
KFC.
mind would have. No one in their right minds would have fucking fired someone for that, for walking out on that.
Yeah.
But we've got
Because I could say
But
I
we-
could just
this
make
is so
a.
stupid.
Because like, truth be told, I could probably
we-
just make a sanitary.
but we've got to-
I could just fucking send the health inspectors in
but
Do
we've
it.
got to keep
and tell
going.
them that they
Yeah,
didn't
do it.
fucking have me
But we've
change
got-
my uniform.
It's like that place in Brazil. Like there was a grocery store that someone died in it, and they just threw umbrellas over it, and they kept the store open. It says shutting down because they're like, yeah, you can still buy groceries, right?
That's honestly, like, I was expecting something as nasty as, and no joke, someone actually did do this. Someone actually decided to like do two girls who work at a KFC decide to do like a sexy selfie while they're bathing in the chicken water.
Ooh.
That's not a
What?
joke. Yeah, I don't. Yeah,
Somebody
that's
told me their asses got fired for that.
I have
Their
several.
ass
questions.
got grease fired for that.
Oh yeah, they got fired. The video, the image, where the video I saw, I found the image. It was on, I forget if it was Watch Mojo or something else, but it was on the top 10 pictures that got people fired.
Oh my god.
No, we actually have a universally
YouTube, top
recognized
10 pictures that got people. I'm gonna find that.
Yeah,
We
it was either pictures or tweets because it was
There's part 1 and part 2. Is it part 1 or 2?
So
I don't remember. I haven't watched this for years. I just
Is
remember
it the one with 2
this.
million views? The one with 789,000
I
views?
don't know. You can check it
Check
out.
both.
All right.
Okay,
man.
so
I'm checking.
I actually our KFC is actually known for some fucking horror stories, and we really want to get into that because there's so fucking much.
Ow.
For those who still have a sick stomach but don't want to keep going, please skip ahead if you can.
Yeah, because this next one is fucking will make you reconsider ever ordering at KFC again.
Never going back there. Chick-fil-A for the win.
Chick-fil-A is anti-gay, so maybe reconsider.
Ooh,
Also, there's
that's pretty bad.
Despite
Yeah.
okay, I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna sound like the biggest fucking hypocrite, but
Holy
despite
shit, I think I found
everything, out of all 3 of the major chicken places, that being KFC, Chick-fil-A, and Popeyes, I still like KFC the best.
Consider this though, regarding KFC, their mascot is a Southern Colonel. What the fuck did you expect?
Yeah.
Turns out the man
Did you
never
expect-
was in the military, but got colonel status anyway somehow.
Yeah, like I'm just saying. Consider the fact, like I'm not surprised to hear that. Apparently, that's a thing in KFC.
So,
I found it. I think I found it.
Okay. Can you let me send the pic to No Mike so I can verify it.
Oh boy.
I'm
my
pretty
next
sure it
story-
is. I don't know any other story where that happened.
my next story is my KFC's most famous fucking like actual horror story, and that's about some just jackass one day who worked there decided he thought it would be really funny to masturbate into the coleslaw.
Why?
No.
Why?
No.
People.
This is real.
No
This is real.
way.
Wow.
Oh,
God damn it.
that.
I have to say that KFC ever had good coleslaw, but I never ate it after that. Never ever ate it.
I've
after
never.
hearing that
I'll be honest. I've never eaten cold slaw, and I guarantee you, I'm definitely not gonna eat it now.
It's
Yeah,
just
me
sad,
too.
because there are some good
It's
coleslaw
so
places
good.
that have decent people and offer I've had coleslaw on a turkey sandwich. Fucking delicious.
Oh god.
We also have stories of our manager whose name was EJ, and I don't give a fuck about saying his name on live stream because he's a known piece of shit.
Oh yeah, that
getting
one. That's
arrested.
the one I was talking about.
Getting arrested for fucking meth possession and having sex with an underage girl at the KFC.
What?
This guy.
Oh my
this guy
God.
told me to quit on
Where's this
multiple occasions.
KFC ruins?
The one near my house.
Okay, because if it's the one like in Dublin, I'm gonna.
Completely under new management. So don't fucking worry. Though the Dublin one does have some stories. From what I heard, they locked the place down, and some passerby looked in and saw a girl getting a train ran on her in the fucking lobby.
What?
Oh my
A
god.
train?
What?
Con,
I'm not finding. I'm not sorry, Con. I'm not fine. Con, I don't think this is it. I'm not seeing the picture that I saw.
there's
Do
not
I
a
need
lot
to
of that.
explain this for all of the?
Yeah.
Do I need to explain this for all of the fucking
Yeah.
youngins?
There's all this happening. I don't understand.
All this happened
Under
at
our
KFC?
noses.
Jeez.
Jesus Christ, this
These aren't hyperbolic either. These are real, and I have confirmed sources.
Yes, I agree.
Oh my god!
I don't think
man.
I should be. I don't think I
Some
should
of these
have to
are ridiculous,
explain.
Bizarro.
I don't think I should have to explain what getting a train ran on you is. And for those of you who do want to know, this isn't that podcast. That's what I'm gonna say. This isn't that podcast.
Yeah, we're rated R. Okay, we're rated R. That subject's rated.
You want to keep the Noiseroom podcast better than any other podcast you've heard.
Yeah.
So for that reason, we're keeping it out of here.
Yeah.
Can I get to the Bionicle rant that I was going on before the stream started?
Yeah, I think I've gotten all the good stories out, at least for now.
I was wondering how did we even got to this rant.
So I was talking about Bionicle Iliad, which is the project that Ruins Way is applying for. I'm a composer in, and Brian Chang from Pally Studios is also a part of. I helped Pally. You can check out his YouTube channel. I don't know exactly. It's just PALIE. If I can find it, I will link it in the chat. But
found it.
Yep, it's the black and white checkers. Cause that's it, and I think. Oh, he privated or something happened to Bijou.
Con, I just sent Con. This is the image I'm talking about.
Okay, let me see it.
Gamer girl chicken water.
What?
Oh my god.
Anyway,
oh no, I'm just reading some of the chat.
Anyway, Pally Studios is part of that. I have linked his channel in the chat. He's so Bionicle Iliad. We were discussing about that, and then we kind of went on to because we were talking about how the style of Bionicle Iliad is less like the either of the styles, especially the Creative Capers style that was back in 2003, 4, and 5.
I can't find the picture.
Especially not. Tinseltown Tunes style from 2009, which I'll get to the rant for that. But it's gonna be more like the toy commercials where they had kind of like the photorealistic Lego models instead.
All right.
But we were talking about The Legend Reborn, which was the last Bionicle movie that was released in 2009. It's Bizarro. You mentioned it was like it looked like it was gonna be like a pilot.
Yeah, it came off as like a backdoor pilot for a show because they kind of made it very because like it's been a while since I watched it, but I do remember that Matsunui was talking about how the thing that he was holding was actually a map and it was to guide him to his home. That's what I remember.
Yeah. But basically, what happened with that is okay. I'm okay with the style. I'm okay with both the Creative Capers and Tinseltown Tunes style. I'm not necessarily much of a fan of Tinseltown as much as Creative Capers, but I'm not gonna focus on that because my real focus between both studios is the writing. The writing in Creative Capers, or the first Bionicle 1, 2, and 3, that is what it should have been throughout the movie scene.
Could you explain what you mean by that?
It wasn't just directed. It wasn't just directed at kids. It was a story of its own. It wasn't just pandering. Like Transformers Prime wasn't pandering because it was. It was a great story that all ages can enjoy equally.
Yeah, Robots in the Skies.
It had a bit of grit, it's fine. Robots in Disguise, however, the 2015
not the
version,
same.
was pandering.
Yeah.
Kids.
Yeah, like
That noise, please mute yourself.
Matt.
Mm-hmm.
Mute yourself, please.
Yeah, what are you?
Oh, I was eating an ice cream.
What?
I was eating an
What?
ice cream sandwich, and I didn't want to get my hands dirty, so I put my phone in my pocket.
Okay, well, we heard all of that, so it was
Your
super
pocket
loud.
makes a lot of noise.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
I probably should. Well, it's out now. Oh, speaking of
Noiseroom
Transformers,
pocket casts.
But no.
speaking
no,
of Transformers,
Wait. Before
Let's
that,
first focus on
'cause I gotta-
Bionicle, then we're
'cause I
gonna
gotta-
get to Transformers. 'Cause I
There
got
should
stuff
be
to say,
another
too.
rule: is we gotta make sure each other's rants are finished.
finish the tangent. New rule in the Noise Room podcast. You fucking finished it. You
Please.
little...
Because a lot of things get unsaid that the points that we've been meaning to get to. In the Legend Reborn, the 2009 movie, the story is a lot less complex. And complex doesn't have to have a lot of, show a lot of detail. All those details can be really subtle, like they did in the Creative Capers movies. Kind of like masterfully putting or writing them in without drawing too much attention to every single detail. However, I don't know how to explain it, but in The Legend Reborn, a lot of the Bionicle spirit, great spirit, if I may, was lost.
It was played off more like just a basic, kind of like the standard adventure kid show instead of like
Lego
this
adventure
insane
kid show, instead
Yeah.
of something unique, which was what Bionicle was from the very start.
I remember Mask of Light because it's been a long time since I watched these movies, but I remember like Mask of Light, Metro Nui, Web of Shadows. I remember getting like a Dark Crystal vibe from them, like how the story was like, at least when it came to the tone.
I can't, like, funny thing is I watched those movies with Tech like 3-4 years ago, and I can't like remember. I don't remember, like, I really don't remember anything about them except for like a few things. I remember Metro Nui, the one that 2 took place in, was really cool.
Yeah,
I liked that.
Which is essentially a prequel.
You got
Well, they're both.
Bizarro.
Yeah.
Now, like, stop me if you've heard this one before. Dun 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 dun.
I think George Lucas is gonna sue.
Yeah.
Or John Williams.
That was Nathan First's score for the Bionicle movies.
Yeah.
I remember
And
you
it's
and
not-
Greg
I don't
like
remember that.
It wasn't. Wait, that wasn't fucking John Williams though.
They did Star Wars?
No, it's Bionicle, and it
Sounds
was
very much
freaking
like Star Wars.
beautiful. The score that was there.
Yeah, it's been a long time since I watched Bionicle. Dude. Once again, like after Bionicle 3, I kind of drew off for a bit. Then I came back for at least the tail end of the Heroes Reborn story, and then after that, I was back, not following it. Hi Maya.
Hey
What's up, Maya?
But essentially, it had
not
so many memorable themes in the first 3 Bionicle movies. Now, I remember nothing from the original from Legend Reborn. Nothing.
Not to get off topic and not to body shame, but I just saw the picture that like Bizarro sent.
Oh, yeah.
And
Yeah.
the girl on the left has a huge fucking forehead. like fucking
Sokka, is that
Megamind.
you?
I would say this would give her low self-esteem, but honestly, I'm pretty sure that these girls...
she's taking pictures in chicken water.
Yeah.
She already
Jimmy
has a
Neutron.
low self-esteem.
Jimmy Neutron ass head over here.
Oh my god, she does have a Jimmy Neutron head.
Brain blast.
Yeah,
It's the Carl. What?
Yeah, like
She didn't have a brain blast. She had when Jimmy has a failed brain blast when he makes himself stupid.
yeah. Honestly, I'm guaranteed.
No,
it's
the grown-up Jimmy Neutron where he's like, think,
brain bomb.
brain bomb. You mean brain blast?
Guys,
That episode
forgive
was
me.
great.
Okay,
Yeah,
guys, forgive me for saying this, but the only brain blast she has is in the back alley when work is done with the one of the.
Wow. Wow.
Woo.
Granted, I'm pretty sure.
Wow.
Granted, if that's the case, I'm pretty sure
left?
like whoever does that
Oh,
will wind up in
Maya
jail
left.
because I'm pretty sure she was in high
Maya,
school.
no.
I'm pretty sure both these girls were in high school.
No.
So that makes it even
Clark, what did
worse.
you do? But looking no, Mike.
Wow.
It's just Carl going what, and then flying down on the floor.
But yeah, like going back to what about Bionicle and stuff. Yeah, like I really did dig Bionicle in its early years and stuff, and I was disappointed to hear that the series was officially going to end because even though I wasn't a big fan of the Reborn story, I thought at least catch my interest a little bit. Like I'm a little curious to see maybe they'll do a better job. Maybe they'll do a better job expanding the world a little bit because there's so much cool stuff you could do. But then nothing happened. Then it got canned, and Hero Factory took full control for a few years, and then they did the Netflix thing, which you apparently have told me never to talk about.
Well, yeah, it's just what even was that? It was kind of a joke.
Man, and then here's the thing. The funny thing with you comparing it to Prime, I think that is legit. I feel like Bionicle's the original idea was to make it like the next generation Transformers, at least when it comes to like the really cool mythology with it. Because Transformers, they have a really interesting
exactly
throughout. Yeah, like hell, IDW Comics. I know I praise this series so much, but they really went insane with how it all really goes. Like
from what they go above
and it
beyond.
supposedly worked.
Yeah, like okay, so what they do in that series is that you start off with the basic mythology saying, oh, they were all created by Primus, and Primus was one of many gods called the Guiding Hand. But then you later find out that's actually bullshit. The Guiding Hand were just, one of the the primordial bots who first showed up on Cybertron. And Primus was just one of them. And he wasn't like a divine being. None of them were. And eventually they just went to war. And the 13 primes that everyone praises and see as like these all-knowing, like almost, demigod-like beings were literally just leaders of tribes, and and some of them were kind of dicks. So
motherfuckers.
And it works. And then we got
So yeah. Speaking of Transformers, there's I was on one of my servers and I talked about a review of something I was doing, and what constantly got brought up when I talked about it is Beast Wars.
Oh yeah, dude!
And apparently someone sent me some clips about Beast Wars, and holy shit, for a really dated CGI cartoon. There was some damn good writing.
You don't have to tell me, man. Like I legit go talk to Omni. When I started going on Discord and we were talking, one of the first things we brought up was I shared my whole idea of what I would do if I did a Beast Wars movie, and essentially long story short, my idea would be it'd be like Days of Future Past, where it would retcon all the fucking Michael Bay shit, so you could do a proper Transformers universe.
I watched this video that compared
Optimus Prime, and Michael Bay is an asshole.
I still have to get Matt through Transformers Prime and Shield. This idiot has to see both.
What about Shield?
You have to get through
again,
everything.
I keep saying, call me over sometime.
You
My
mean
DMs are open.
Transformers as Shield, or do you mean Agents of Shield?
Agents of Shield.
Dude, I'm behind on that, but that show just wrapped up.
It
Apparently
wrapped up,
the ending was great.
and I'm just gonna say this.
So one of the things I was saying is I found this video that compared a scene from Beast Wars to a very similarly done scene from Steven Universe, where it talked about Beast Wars version of the message versus Steven Universe's version of the message. And the message was it was about violence and about because both of them have like a very similar setup, at least in their conflict, and that's like they're both against an army of amoral super leaders who will stop at nothing to seek destruction.
I would say Beast Wars was a little bit more complex than that, because besides the Predacons, there was also the Rock, and those guys are freaking crazy.
But specifically the attack on the Predacon, where one of the members of the main team gets killed, and like his friend has like this grieving process, and he goes like, I'm never gonna fight again. This violence only gets us hurt. And then I think like it was probably like Optimus Prime. I think that Optimus Primal is like, listen, these guys are just killing machines. Stopping the fighting is gonna do nothing but let them like steamroll us if we don't do anything. I'm sorry for your loss, bro, but we have to get back in there. And it was this like really well delivered, complex message about, you know, violence and fighting wars and how you have to do what's necessary.
Yeah, Beast Wars has some really compelling stuff.
And I saw that being compared to Steven Universe's version, which is all fighting is bad all the time. And like,
give me a break with that. God dang.
It's like not only is the person you're telling like that, it's literally a fucking kid telling a soldier not to kill people because killing is bad. And
that's really now killing is bad to a soldier.
Yeah, Beast Wars like,
and the kid is shown to be in the right.
I'm more surprised that they didn't do the episode with the protoform. Like, I don't know if you know about what I'm talking about there, but there's an episode.
I'm just kind of getting into the series, dude.
Beast Wars. Yeah, like get ready. There's some really like intense episodes in Beast Wars. Like I won't spoil it, but there's an episode regarding a protoform, which was like this half-formed, transformer. Like it didn't really get perfected, and we have like this interesting story of how Rampage, one of the Predacons, is actually bonding with this half-formed Cybertronian with Silverbolt, Maximal, and there's a point in the end. I don't want to spoil what happens, but it gets pretty sad. Silverbolt, the groups are getting ready to fight fight Rampage. And Silverbolt's like, no, just leave him alone. He's like, why? Because right now, for this moment, we're not enemies right now. Let's just leave him alone. And I'm like, wow, that's actually pretty deep. Transformers has some really deep fucking episodes. Another good one to check out from G1 is the Golden Lagoon. Like, it sounds goofy, but trust me, the ending itself is actually pretty impactful.
I got you.
And then there's me, a guy who's only seen the Michael Bay stuff.
Oh man, you are I am so sorry.
Out.
I know. I just never watched.
Me too.
What channel were all those Transformers shows on in like the 2000s? Because I literally only pretty much watched Nickelodeon.
Okay, so for G1,
I don't think I even got G1.
Okay, so
man, G1, the '80s movie, like that made me feel exactly.
That introduced my second favorite. That actually introduced my second favorite Transformer to me, Rodimus.
I love that movie for one of the reasons I love Fooly Cooly, and that's like you're constantly seeing all of these battles play out to like a kick-ass fucking soundtrack.
Yep. You got the touch.
You got the touch. You got the power.
Yeah. We even got Weird Al Yankovic to do Dare to Be Stupid, and hell, in fact, later on in Transformers Animated, they would reintroduce Wreck-Gar, who was originally
yeah.
introduced in the in Transformers Animated. They brought in Wreck-Gar, who was first introduced in the movie, and when he was introduced, the song "Dare to Be Stupid" was being played, and when he shows up in Animated, he is voiced by Weird Yankovic, and one of his lines literally is, "I am Wreck-Gar, I dare to be stupid." I'm like,
Nice.
I was like, oh my god, they even have.
I am only good at one thing: garbage.
Oh man. And then they even
Animated was okay. Okay,
Animated was pretty good.
Animated
though.
wasn't necessarily as pandering as to children as
Robots
channel were these
as-
on
as
in the
Red
2000s?
15.
Because G1 I don't think ever was a channel. Like, were they on Cartoon Network, Disney Channel, or
Okay, so
Nick?
at
It
one
was-
point around
Cartoon
Sorry, go on.
Network and then the Hub.
I
Yeah.
don't think I
The
ever
Hub
watched the
owns,
Hub.
like
you
the
won't
Hub
be able
owns
to
every like Hasbro
No, no.
property now.
Yeah, I
unfortunately,
don't
the
think
Hub's
I
gone.
ever got the Hub, and I pretty much the channel I least watched was Cartoon Network. Like, I pretty much never watched Cartoon Network. I pretty much watched
Yeah.
like Nick and Disney Channel, and then after a while I stopped watching Disney Channel, and pretty much was like, all right, here's Nickelodeon, and then I got a computer. I'm like, oh, cool, YouTube plus Nick, like, and then I was like, here's the History Channel when it was good, and then here's the weird shit on the Weather Channel that like is cool. Like, it's not just weather. It was like they had a thing called like Storm Stories, or like It Could Happen Tomorrow, or like weird weather history. It was like super cool shit that I don't think you can find anymore. Because
Yeah.
like they never really like gave you a way to do it. Like, you can't buy it on like iTunes. You can't like find a DVD. Like, it's really hard to. Like, I don't think that shit will ever like be aired again. But like they like a few months after Katrina, they were like, yeah, we made an episode about like what would happen if like a big ass hurricane hit New Orleans. But they're like, but that kind of happened. So like now instead of like what would happen, here's what did. Like, they reframed the shit they already had, and they're like, so this is what we expected. And like, it was super cool in like 2005, 2006 when that shit was on. Like, when Weather Changed History was pretty rad, because it was like, here's weird weather shit that happened. Like, they talked about like how at the end of World War II, like a Japanese city got saved because it was cloudy that day. Like, instead of it getting nuked, the other one did. It was a super cool show, but I don't think you can find shit on it anymore. There's also Storm Stories, which is just idiots going out and filming fucking tornadoes for some reason, which was rad to me as like a fucking 10-year-old. Like, that show was awesome because it's like,
I watched
holy
all of the
shit, there's a
fucking.
tornado.
I watched all the History Channel documentaries about the animals, and like that was really really cool because
I watched Life After People. That show was rad. That and The Universe. Life After People.
Oh,
was so
Life
cool.
After People was
Yeah, I
dope.
watched that. Yeah, I
That
watched
was like
Arguably,
a-
I
like a
think that's the
two-part
best show History Channel
documentary.
has ever made.
Yeah, I
That
remember
was like
that
a
show.
2-part documentary, and it showed just how long it would take for humanity to be completely erased.
No, it wasn't
And,
just
like,
a
what would-
2-hour episode. There were 2 other seasons of it too.
Really?
Yeah, like there were 2 whole seasons of that show after the first special where they talk about specific stuff. Here, I own it, so let me just look up. Let me open iTunes for a sec. Hold on, because I own all those. So. One
Man,
sec, I
Life
open
After
TV.
People. Life After People was fun. I watched that
That
for
shit's
like
underrated.
a health class. It was. It was. I was like, it was like a school documentary that like my teacher had us watch, and I was actually like into it from start to finish.
Yeah, so here we go. So, here's the episodes that they were on. So it was like the bodies left behind. So it's like, here's what happens to people who are like mummified. Here's cryogenically frozen people. Here's like what happens to other memorials of stuff. Outbreak was like, here's what happens to like domesticated animals breaking loose, and like viruses, and like here's what happens because we really try really hard to get rid of rabies. Here's what happens to that. And the third one was like, here's what happens to the nation's capital and LA. Like, and then there was one like, here's what happens to like metal falling apart, or like, here's what happens when non-native species just freaking suck. Like, they just are invading everything. Here's like what happens to stuff that's buried, like the Doomsday Vault and like Mona Lisa and stuff like that. Here's what happens to Vegas and Atlantic City. Here's what happens to warships. Here's what happens to oil refineries and stuff.
World of Warships.
Yeah,
Yeah.
here's what happens
World
to
of
like
Warcraft.
things coming from water, like the Space Needle or the Dubai Hotel. Here's what happens to stuff about God, like what happens to churches and the Shroud of Turin and stuff like that. Here's what happens to toxic chemicals and Niagara Falls. Here's what happens to like the crypt of civilization, like time capsules and things. And then here's what happens to
etc.
food. Here's what happens to our houses. Here's what happens to holiday stuff, like fireworks and Christmas tree farms.
This
If anyone
guy's
wants to
You
know,
don't need to. You don't need to name all of them.
yeah, it was
Yeah.
super cool. It was just
Yeah.
it's rad.
No, like these all sound like absolutely like shit that I would
By the way,
be.
if you want to know what would happen if they
fucking
left all the
into.
fireworks alone, I would like to direct you to the Middle East for that one from a couple weeks ago.
All I remember is it was kind of like this. All I remember thinking is, man, I would love to write a video game in the time like after humanity disappeared, with all the fucking toxins roaming around, because that's the shit. Is like, that was the first thing that happened. Is like all of the fucking oil companies and all of the nuclear companies would fucking like have no one to man them, so they just like overpile, and there would be like just a bunch of fucking toxic shit in the air, and all like a lot of the animals
That's
had
a
to go
whole
on the
episode
ground.
they covered.
Yeah, I think that's the
Super
one
cool.
I watched.
Yeah.
Man,
What's really crazy? There is an actual town, a real life town that is actually that has been on fire for decades now.
Yeah, Centralia.
Yeah,
They covered.
like
They covered that.
did they cover that? It's been a while since I watched that show.
They
Like,
did.
I remember.
They did. I remember they did. Cause like the whole thing is like someone's like, oh hey, we got to get rid of all this coal, and then like they're like, well, just set it on fire, and then they didn't realize like, oh, shit, we didn't like close off the path to the coal. Now it's burning for the next like 20,000 years.
Yeah, it's gonna go on for a while, and that whole town had to be abandoned. And now, if you pass the town, it has to warn you that there's a chance you might like die from either smoke inhalation, the
See if there's any
frickin'
street view
so
here.
it's not different from California now.
yeah, just
True.
yeah.
Except
Nope.
it's underground.
I tried to go out for walks while this shit was like while our city was burning,
On
or
a
not
scale
like
of 1 to my
actual
city's
burning.
burning.
Not like actual burning, but while there was smoke in the air, I didn't think, because you read the reports. I'm like, I bet I can manage like 5 minutes afterwards, after I got out of the house. I was just like, I have to go back. I can't stand this. It really isn't healthy to be out. At least
Yeah.
it's dying down though.
Yeah, my brothers work at American Tires, and I was asking, hey, how's it going, guys? And they're like, yeah, fine. It wasn't as like bad as before, because the thing is, they have to go out there and they can't, take days off.
So you want to know what's funny?
We shouldn't.
Is Con and I play Pokemon at this place called King Kong Comics and Games, and they usually just they have the Yu-Gi-Oh guys, and they're usually, because of the corona, or because of number 9, they're set up outside, but because of the smoke, we had to go back to setting up tables inside with everybody just wearing a mask.
Over here.
Yeah, apparently the smoke isn't as bad tonight, but it could get worse again. But apparently the fires are starting to go under control. Like I saw some of them are like nearing like 20-ish% like control. So like they're starting to get a handle on it now that they've imported a crapload of firefighters. By the way, did you know apparently a bunch of the firefighters we were using for the last couple of years were convicts?
Oh,
Really?
wow.
Yeah, the state's like, hey, you make 60 cents an hour because we can do that because you're in prison. We'll train you to be a firefighter, and now you go fight some of the biggest wildfires in the state's history. Also, when you get out, because you have a felony, you can't use any of this training.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Damn.
California for you. I don't know why
Oh,
California
yeah.
doesn't like fix that. Like,
Because
because like if it's a non-violent offense and like you did a good job firefighting, you should be allowed to like, if you have a shitload of experience from being from being in fucking prison for like 5 years, you should be able to like go be a firefighter. So I think California might like change
Trust
that
me,
law to be
I
like,
don't like this either.
no, like it's
I
okay
want
as long
just
as
as
it's like a
badly to crush the
non-violent
life out of the
felony
lucky
where you
scoundrel
don't really
who
have a
did
big
this
risk
to
of
us.
repeating, then sure, go ahead, be a firefighter. So I think they'll probably do something about that the next time the state government meets for passing anything.
Mhm.
Right now, all they give a shit about right now is Uber drivers. So
Ain't that the truth? Yeah.
they're like, hey, fire. No, what about doing something with Uber drivers, like making Uber and Lyft nearly quit California? How about that?
Go ahead and kidnap people.
Man,
I support that law, but like Jesus Christ, Uber and Lyft, fuck
the
off.
whole point of Uber and Lyft was it was kind of like
It
something
forced the
that was
taxi
more
companies to give a
freely.
shit.
Yeah. It was more freely controlled than just taking a taxi or taking a cab. That like you weren't gonna get fucked over by like laws and like government because the governments didn't have their fucking nose in them.
No, it'd be like, hey, this thing says credit card. Oh, sorry, I don't have credit card. I could take you to ATM. Like, and then Uber and Lyft came in and they're like, hi, we're like cheaper, we're better because our shit actually works. It's all through an app on your phone, and you can request it anywhere. You don't need to call and wait. It just says, hey, this is how far they are, and they'll be there within like a minute. And then all the cab companies were like, oh, we want to make this shit illegal, and then they kept failing. Finally, like, fine, we'll match it. And then like now they're hurting because people have defaulted to using Uber and Lyft instead of normal cabs, because everyone realized, no, the cab companies are scum. Uber and Lyft are pretty bad at it, at like stuff sometimes, but they're still like, I don't know, Uber and Lyft. I like using Uber Eats a lot.
Better. No, that's the
It's
thing,
still better than taxi companies were 10 years ago.
Yeah.
No, that's the thing. Is
I don't think I've ever ridden in a classic yellow cab.
Oh my god! Select the thing.
I've actually
Jesus
have done,
Christ.
and I will
yeah?
say I've actually
That's
done
the thing,
it on a
though,
classic
is
cab.
that Uber and Lyft is fucking everywhere. But taxi companies, from what I've seen, are like
Monopolies in the city.
But we've
they're owned by the city, and you can only call them in certain cities.
No, sometimes
so
they're not even owned by the
got to
city.
keep
Like they're
going.
private, but like they have a partnership with the city. Like the thing is, I think what I saw is like basically they have an effective monopoly because like they're like, yeah, I'm the default cab company, and like there was no like the laws for like controlling that weren't good. So there's like usually only like 1 or 2 cab companies in a city. So like if you're in New York, there's like the New York Yellow Taxi Company, and then like Ohio and like San Francisco, there was the San Francisco Taxi. There's like 3 cab companies in San Francisco. I don't know who any of them are. I know one of them is like the 777 whatever you call it cab company, and then there's the other one that people use for some reason, and then there's like Uber and Lyft. Like Uber and Lyft forced them all to like give a shit, because now the thing is a lot of the companies now have apps like Uber and Lyft, and they now actually can tell you, no, it actually, this is the real price, because like the thing is like for the cab companies is they would like start the meter as soon as they got a call. That way they could bill you for like them coming to get you, even though you weren't in the car. And then Uber and Lyft were like, no, we're only gonna like charge you like a few like $3 basically for the basic charge of them coming out to get you, and then we'll charge you like this much per mile. And then meanwhile the cab companies were like, yeah, here's like all the bills, like it's double what you think it'll actually be.
And you pay up front with Uber because like that's the thing, is you pay up front with Uber, so like you're not fucking absolutely dicked by traffic that where the meter just fucking goes up.
Yeah, exactly.
Because we've been in those
It'll
situations
change if you're in the car like longer than it expects you to be, but that's fine. That makes sense. Like if you expect to be in there for like an hour and it takes an hour and a half, yeah, you build like an extra $10, but that's fine. It's $10. It's not like another 30 because they'll be like, traffic fee.
Yeah.
But surge pricing is basically dead unless it's like an actual like problem, because they would sometimes just do surge pricing arbitrarily.
Speaking of problems, I have a story about Uber.
Oh yeah?
Oh yeah.
Go ahead, because then I have some stories about being an Uber driver.
Oh really?
Ooh.
Okay, so I was in Fresno a few years ago.
Right.
And we had to use Uber or Lyft as our way of transportation. And no joke, I ordered a Uber because we were at this Dave and Buster's event.
No.
It was a lot of fun. Had a lot of fun with it, and we were getting in the car, and as soon as I opened the door, the driver starts driving. I'm like, "What the hell are you doing?" And he almost got over my
Rush
foot.
hour.
No, right?
No.
Like, and I was like, "You're getting a bad review for this," and I didn't really publish it, but I was just like really upset about it, you know, like.
You give the guy
And
one
then
star?
I switched over to Lyft, and I had no problems after that. So,
Lyft is like better Uber from what I hear.
No, they're still just as bad, but like they're not as bad. They're both basically the same thing at this point. Like Lyft was the better company, and now they're just the same thing. Like Lyft always was like the slightly cheaper Uber with slightly better drivers because there's less of them.
Slightly.
So you you got better drivers because there was less drivers. Like instead of getting like Uber drivers where there were like 200 in an area and maybe the bottom 50 were trash, there were maybe 100 Lyft drivers, but only like 5 of them are trash.
Yeah, I think I've done like each one, like each of these transportation scenes at least once. I took a taxi once. I took a limousine once. By the way, not as fun as you think. It's not as fun as you think, man. Trust me.
The only way a limousine is fun is if you're fucking drinking.
Yeah,
like,
literally.
Like we were at Tech's party back in 2016.
Yeah, like I went to a limousine and it was for a trip to Disneyland, which sounds freaking fun, right?
Yes.
It wasn't really. It was really boring. Like literally, I was bored. It was literally just in a very long car. I might as well have actually just taken the car. In fact, it was actually more expensive because originally my parents did it because they were thinking, okay, one, that'd be kind of fun to do, but also it'd be like they thought it'd be cheaper to keep to do that instead of having the car be staying at the airport for a while. No, actually, this was way more expensive. It turned out.
I gotcha.
Yeah, then I did the Uber thing twice. One involving a really awkward situation regarding a steakhouse. The other one, I just went to the fucking movies. And then Lyft. I think I took a Lyft for work. I had to take a Lyft for work one day, and yeah, like each time it wasn't bad. Like I think the first time I took an Uber, it was there was one more. There was another. I took this sub I took a ride with the sub company who was kind of like Uber, except you had to take tickets.
We should
like
have gone through that portal.
They accepted tickets or some shit. And
Never heard of that.
I forget the name of the place. I was just told to try it out. And I took it. Literally, my house, driving to my house, to my place of work, is about maybe 10 to 20 minutes. I didn't get home until an hour. Because the thing is, they have I gotta share the ride with other people and stuff.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
I never do that.
I gotta share. I had no choice in the matter. I had to share my ride with people. And the problem is that, and I'm fine with having to share a ride with other people. The thing is, though, their houses were way farther than mine, and I'm like, why not just go for my place for like at least first or second? Because I'm like, oh my god, like why are we doing this thing? Like I have to like go all around the all around the town instead of just going home immediately. My parents were getting a little worried, and again, my parents were kind of wondering because I was supposed to have my dad out with some stuff. And he was like, "Where are you? Like, what's going on?" And I'm like, "I'm still in the car." I was like, "Are you serious?" It was ridiculous.
I'm surprised you didn't think of it as
that's a good thing about Uber and Lyft is like even if you do a shared ride, they tell you like, "Hey, you're first or you're second." Like they can tell you that even before you do the ride sometimes.
Yeah.
By the way, I can hear myself through someone's computer, so please put in a headset.
Matt, again.
I'll put in a headset. Just give me a second.
We shouldn't have gone through that portal.
1 second later.
I'm in my car, so I don't like wake up my parents.
Portal.
Oh, yeah,
I just shut the door.
Yeah, but
Well,
can't they
yeah,
still
my-
do it?
Yeah,
Well,
my room's
I'm
like
not
right
allowed
next to
to
my
fuck,
folks,
so-
so
Our conditioning's been running nonstop for the past 2 weeks, so no.
my
'Cause
dad
my room's
literally
right next to the filter for the air conditioning.
like my folks, they legit sleep with the TV on.
Portal.
Like they do it all the time.
I
Like,
can't do that.
Well,
I
I'm
know
not
some people that do that.
I do that actually. I also literally I can't sleep without noise. I have to have like at least some sort of like noise to drown stuff up. I don't even have tinnitus or anything. I
know.
It feels weird to deal without it.
If I have noise, I can't fall asleep. I need it to be quiet.
Me too.
Yeah, same. Quiet.
Like if it's
I
loud,
do.
if there's noise, I'm like, my brain focuses on
We
the
shouldn't
noise.
have
I'm
gone
like,
through
I
that
can't do
portal.
this. And like,
If there's sudden
only other-
loud noises, I can't do
We
We
it.
shouldn't have gone through
if it's like quiet background
shouldn't have
noise, like
gone
it's
through that
just some
portal.
like, if I'm like, say if I was at GDQ last year, I could sometimes hear people in their hotel, but I would just like, that I could drown out. Like it was easy. I could just shut the door and just start my AC blowing fast, and it would be fine. Like I can sleep with AC. But like,
Yeah.
if there's some like, if I can hear
No.
people talking or the TV, I'm like, I can't do this. Even
Yeah.
popping like 2 or 3 melatonin,
We
I still
shouldn't
can't.
have gone
do
through
this.
that portal.
I think
No,
the
yeah,
only
like-
I think the only time I ever had problems sleeping
Portal.
is actually when I did go to a hotel one time. I went to this hotel in LA. I don't remember the name, and it was like I think it was a Hilton. and the place had like paper thin walls. I could literally hear what everybody was saying, like the person in the other room was saying and shit. Like I could hear, and like it was really uncomfortable because literally at one point, I guarantee I can't verify this, but I'm pretty sure he was trying to like talk his wife into having pity sex, and I was like,
But we've got.
I was literally at this. I was really close to at this point being at that point of yelling at them and saying, "Dude, shut the fuck up! She ain't interested."
Keep going.
I wish you'd have done that.
I wish I did.
Please.
Because then you would have heard his reaction, and he'd been like,
But we've got to keep
"Oh, fuck
going.
me."
Yeah.
I remember I was in a hotel pool with somebody, and it was just me and this girl back in like our
Nice.
trip for Hawaii, and we were just talking, and there was this other there was this other group of people. I want to say other couple, but she's a vacation girl, and I literally haven't seen her fucking since, and we never called her anything. So you know,
Yeah.
other couple of people, and one of them was literally just like begging the other to get back with them.
No.
Oh, that's bad.
Oh,
I have a really funny cruise story about the time I walked these two drunk ladies who were in their like 30s back to their room.
We shouldn't have gone through that portal.
And they were like in tears because their men left them.
We shouldn't have gone through that.
Oh, that's not good.
No.
So I walked
We
into
shouldn't
the
have gone
room
through
with them.
that portal.
It's gonna be all right. Yeah. I had to convince them that they were, you know, they were a catch. They were worth something. I had to essentially tell them that. They tried hitting on me afterwards.
Oh God.
No.
I
Wow.
made like something I had to do.
While we're on the subject of sleeping, I could probably fall asleep with music on. Like
Nope.
I
Nope.
tried doing that.
I have
just soft music, nothing
I
like rock and
remember-
roll.
Lo-fi.
The fucking
or
YouTube
anything.
channel.
I have legit.
Orchestral.
I legit.
No, the one that
once-
says like you can do homework to this.
Oh, I legit like fucking use that channel so many times. I use it while reading D&D books. I use it while writing. It really helps me get into the mood for my current project.
You know that YouTube channel holds the record for the longest video on YouTube.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, I believe it.
Yeah, so
Like,
they got
I
banned
believe-
for
Guess
a
you're
bit,
right.
and so it turned
Yeah.
their video to
Thanks,
a channel
Rush.
like because they got falsely copyright struck. Surprise, surprise! YouTube copyright struck
Hey,
them
guess-
for no reason. But like it turned after they got unbanned, it turned the like super long, like weeks long stream into a video, and so the video was like so long it actually like I think it like broke YouTube or something for a bit. Like either it didn't break
Dude,
YouTube or
there's
it
a
just
whole
like it just
fucking-
took forever to load. It was so
You
funny.
know what I love is go in the comments and there's just a whole fucking community in the comments just
There is.
chatting with each other.
Hey,
So I
Yeah.
love this. I love the idea of this community of people who are completing papers, people who are studying, people who are working on projects, convening all around the globe for
guess-
this one fucking lo-fi video, and just like chatting it out
Guess-
while this thing is playing in real time and they're doing their work.
I wonder if
There's
anyone's
something
ever
about that
done that and
really
gone to a
wholesome.
Discord
Guess-
with somebody. Because you hear all the time about like people
Hey,
like
guess
I've seen on YouTube sometimes like someone like gets married because they met to someone else they met in like the YouTuber's Discord
Hey,
server. I'm wondering if
guess-
that happens in that comment section. They like go to a Discord and they like hang
Hey,
out and shit,
guess-
and boom, they like actually talk for more than like 5 minutes. You know?
I wouldn't be surprised. I've met people in weirder occasions.
Yeah.
Friends of friends have become friends,
True.
which is something that it's so weird that it,
Fuck.
from what I hear, it's not very common to, you know, become close friends with people you meet through other people.
That's a rare instinct.
you're right.
Yeah, like, and sometimes
Thanks,
in the craziest way possible.
Right.
Like,
Oh yeah.
yeah, like, like I'm still, I still
I
find
met
it
my
funny.
ex through Twitter.
You're right.
Really, through Twitter?
Yeah. Hey, it was like 2014, man. It was before
Right.
Twitter turned to absolute.
Guess you're right.
Yeah, okay, fair
Legit,
enough.
I met Spyra VA because I knew his ex.
You're right.
Nice. How the
Yeah.
fuck do you get up there?
Yeah, like I found out that I actually found out that one of my, in one relationship they were actually like in the same place in the same location I was the exact same day, and like literally all the shit that was pissing me off that day they caused.
Nice.
What do you mean?
Okay, so you ever heard of you know how Disneyland will do like again I go back to Disneyland. So Disneyland, you know how Disneyland
money.
Yeah, well, yeah. You know how Disneyland has like those fun little events, like they all do like those like kind of rave,
I know what you're
dance
talking
party
about.
rave things. So I went to one. So I went to one of them. I didn't really want to do it. My family wanted to go for it. I'm not really into that type of crap. So,
Some of the
but I was
Mouse Club tunes.
No, it was Tron. It was Tron.
Tron.
So which I'm like, fine, I'll go. Originally, I was thinking about just staying in the hotel room that night because I was really tired. I just wanted to go to sleep. But I'm like, fuck it, I'll go there because I knew it, like there had to be some cool shit for at least because if it was Tron. So I go there and I want to go on some fun. I want to go and play some arcade games. And because they have a whole replica of they
had a whole replica of that arcade. I visited it. I fucking played the Tron game.
Yeah, but the day I went on it, though, the game was busted. It was not working. It wasn't working right. Apparently, someone fucked with it. I was like, motherfucker!
Nice.
And then yeah, no, they didn't. Well, they didn't fuck it. They just like.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Someone's fucking the machine.
Don't
Not the
fuck...
weirdest thing, but still.
Yo.
Get your
It's like,
dick out of the machine.
Don't fuck the machines.
First the moon,
This
now
is,
the
us at
machine.
the Noiseroom podcast
What's
telling
next?
you to not fuck the machine.
God. You know what's
Wait, I can't say that. I can't say that.
Thanks,
Fuck!
2050. Fuck the robots.
Oh God. So
Wait,
whatever.
Lewis knows why I can't say it.
Yeah, you can't say it. You can't say
it.
It's just a bunch of thanks, guys. I just want to say there's a bunch of thanks rush in the stream now because I've been doing been lip syncing this entire time. So it's just Scythe going thanks rush, over your guys' stories, and I'm so sorry.
You're welcome.
So I'm mad about this.
I go get
a souvenir. I'm gonna go try to get a souvenir, and luckily I did get some souvenirs. I got a kick-ass T-shirt and a frisbee that's shaped like the disc and stuff. Though for some reason they don't glow though I wanted one that can glow in the dark, and when I went to go get the ones that glow in the dark, someone said, "Sorry, we're all out." I'm like, damn it. Then the last one, the straw that made me go, "Oh, was I went to get tickets for this special show because I thought, oh, this is gonna be cool. All the tickets were sold out. Someone took like the last 5.
Fucking what?
So later, and like years later, like we jump forward like a year or two later, I find out who did this, and at first I think she was joking when she said this because I was like, no. That is not possible. And she's like, why? Because that day, I was there that day, and every single thing that you just described, like kicking the machine, buying all that shit, that was you. You did that. You're the reason I have a crappy night. You're the reason my night was like the only good
you
thing
ruined
about...
my night 5 years ago.
It wasn't 5 years.
What do you have to say to that?
I did it for the lols.
God, I was like, no.
Oh my God! If that isn't pink, or that isn't peak, I call it tag and bink syndrome because
Star Wars reference.
It's a Star Wars reference. There's these 2 guys in the background that are secretly causing all the shit that goes on in the fucking movies happen.
Awesome.
There's another name for it. But holy shit.
The chaotic duo.
I was like, I just looked at her and I'm like, please tell me, are you serious? You're telling me that you were there that night and literally every single thing that you did caused me to have a crappy night. Except the only and they're like, well, there had been something good about that night. The only good thing about that night is I got to see a sneak peek of Tron Legacy at the Muppet Theater. That's it. Besides that, I was too young to drink, so I couldn't have those glow in the dark drinks. And I was so tired,
I need to go back to Disneyland so that I can drink at Disneyland.
The only place you can drink is Star Wars Land.
Yep.
Fuck it, that's where I'm gonna be all the time.
For $200.
Let me join you.
Hour.
It's official.
It's so stupid.
Okay, it's official. If we ever all go to Disneyland together, when we get to the Star Wars Cantina, we have to play we have to have Ruins just do a slow-mo shot, and we just hear dun 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 dun.
Yeah, we'll fucking do it, dude, and we'll fucking put it on the Noiseroom podcast.
Let's do it. No, we have to also play the
We gotta all plan a trip to Disneyland together. The 6 of us. And the shit opens.
I think they play the Cantina theme in there. Who just joined?
Who joined us?
That was me. I guess.
Okay, we gotta all plan a trip together once all this shit, once it opens, Disneyland.
Yeah.
And we gotta go and we gotta fucking actually film the bit.
Oh god, yeah.
Yes.
I haven't been to Disneyland in fucking years, dude.
Yeah.
I think last time I went to Disneyland when I was probably 13 or
last time
or something.
I actually have
I've told you guys before.
Story about it.
I told you.
I actually have a really funny story about Disneyland. If anybody
can I
wants
do my Uber stuff?
Oh shit! Yeah, we broke the tangent. Fuck!
Oh shit, man! I'm so sorry. I kind of went.
Sorry about that.
That's why we have the Rule 2 now.
Anyway, I have a. By the way, before I do the Uber thing, apparently, Jeff Keighley just tweeted that they're gonna show more Ratchet and Clank gameplay this week.
Ratchet and Gank.
They're gonna show more gameplay later this week as part of Gamescom.
Yeah. Later I should ask you how you guys thought of what you guys thought of the DC games they released. But yeah, go on with your Uber story.
So I did Uber stuff for probably. So I had an internship, but I wanted extra money because my internship paid me nothing because I was only working there for 3 days a week because it was I did school 2 days a week and I worked on my internship 3 days a week. So I just did Uber driving for the year, and so because so my school was in outside of Phoenix. It was in Tempe. I didn't go to ASU, but I went to a school that was near it, and so most of my clients were ASU kids, and so many of them, as per the ASU pretty much rule, they were ASU is a party school, and so I pick up people usually, and some of them are drunk, most of them are sober, but this one person it was a dude and his girlfriend, and the dude was absolutely fucking hammered. He was just slurring and just not coherent, and it was his girlfriend repeatedly kept apologizing for him, and so I'm don't worry, it's fine, I get it, you guys probably had fun. She was not drunk at all, she was pretty sober, which was just funny. But so I started taking them back to the house, and as I turned onto the street, here's the thing, my car auto locks the door when when I drive, it just puts it just locks all the doors just as a because that's just what the car does. Yeah, it just does that. Most cars these days do that. And so the guy somehow is coherent enough, as I'm driving down the street going the speed limit, he starts opening the door, gets the door open, and starts getting out while the car is moving, and his girlfriend has to pull him back in, and I stop because I'm I don't want this dude to fucking jump out of my car, and he literally almost got his foot out the door before his girlfriend pulled him back in. It's no, we're only on the street. We're not here yet. He's we're home. It's just the guy is just fucking wasted.
Wow.
Absolutely I'm honestly surprised he didn't puke in my car. But if they do, then I get $150 from Uber to clean that out.
Yeah.
But yeah,
wow.
He was just absolutely fucking wasted. His girlfriend had to apologize again, and so at that point, instead of going the speed limit of 25 on that street, I just went 5 in case the guy decided to jump out again. It would only be 5 mile an hour, problem. And so I finally got to their house, and she had to apologize again and again. And I'm look, just be careful. And as soon as they left, I gave them fucking a star for their customer rating. I gave them a star or 2. I don't remember exactly. I gave them a really bad rating. I'm Guy tried to jump out of my car because he was so drunk. And like as feedback, you can leave anonymous feedback like for them. And I put anonymous feedback. I'm like, please try to not drink so much. Because Uber drivers can leave comments on like your review. Because you see, like, if you take Uber drivers every week, you get like feedback saying like, this is what you got from your driver, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I said like, please drink less, or like watch your drinking level.
It should be a law or something.
Handle your fucking high.
No, he was absolutely fucking wasted. Like there was no like. So finally I got out and like I think she gave me like a decent tip.
Yeah.
Like here's the thing
At
we
least
should
you
do.
tipped.
Always please tip your Uber driver because like a lot of people don't because they just skip that screen. Try to give your because like here's the thing. Uber pays you trash. Like that's why I wasn't doing it as my only job with my internship. I did it like mostly on Friday and Saturday nights because that's the only times it was worth it. Because anytime other than like a Friday or Saturday night, it was just airport, and like the airport has a fucking queue, so like you have to wait in the queue, which is sometimes 80 to 90, which means you have to wait for not only 80 to 90 people to like request an Uber, you have to wait for 80 to 90 people to land, get off their plane, grab their bag, and call an Uber or a Lyft. So like sometimes you're sitting there for like an hour and a half waiting for a ride. So it was just not worth it to like be out there when there's like nothing going on. So like and then. After the ASU kids left for the summer, because my school was there year round, I still had like a semester left. So like that's why I was able to graduate in only 3 years, just because I went year round. And Arizona summers suck. So I tried to do the same thing like after the ASU kids left. I'm like, okay, like they all left, but like I should still probably get other stuff around the Phoenix area. Like I should probably get, people going out, like having a good time with their friends after they're done with work today on Friday, or like on Saturday, a bunch of people who actually do live here, they're gonna go out and have some fun. And I went from making like $200 in a weekend because I made like about $100 a night to $50 a night. And I'm like, this is not worth it. So like I tried to pivot to like Postmates and DoorDash, and like I got paid even less. So I'm like, you know what, fuck this, I'm done. And then like I came back home, and then like a month or two after I got home, I was like, I can't find a fucking job, I need money. So I started doing Uber driving again. It was just so stupid. Another time actually though in Arizona, I picked up a guy from like a I don't know where he was. He was like, I don't know what the fuck he was doing. He was like, I think a grocery store or something, and I had to take him like, I don't know if it was to his house or a club. I don't remember. I think I was taking him from a club to his house. And he was wasted. And all he did was like, he was like, my life sucks. And like he told me he was gay, and it was just like, I think he tried to hit on me once or twice. I'm like, nah, man, sorry. Like he tried to hit on me.
I don't swing that way.
I'm like, no, sorry, dude, I'm not interested. Like he's like, I'm not gonna find anybody. I'm like, every time he had to say something, I just had to go, yeah, I get that, just because I didn't want to piss him off, so I just kept agreeing with him on fucking everything, except for like when he tried to hit on me. Right. So just like, and then finally once he got out of the car, I'm like, I gave him 3 stars, because I'm like, tried to hit on me drunk. And it was just like, come on. I do have a fun story though. Like, one time I was in San Francisco, I picked people up from 2 girls up from a club. They were pretty damn good looking, and they wanted to play the Black Panther soundtrack because the movie had come out like a couple weeks earlier.
Yeah.
And then they wanted to play a specific song, and I didn't have the song in my library, so like
All
I kept trying to use
Stars?
CarPlay. Yeah, that one from the fucking like credits. And so they kept trying to use it, and I'm like, I have CarPlay, and they kept trying to fuck with it, and they kept choosing stupid shit, so I had to tell the car to use Siri, and then they kept trying to mess with it because they were still a little drunk too. I'm like, please stop messing with my car. Like I tried to like kick them to the back after that, and it was just like a mess. Yeah, I would do Uber driving from like on Friday and Saturday from like I think like usually 6 or 7. So like I would either start at like 5, or I would like usually start at 6, drive for like an hour and a half, either go back to my dorm and get something to eat, or stop at Five Guys, go home and eat for like half an hour, and then get back on the road. And I usually was on the road to like sometimes like usually 1 or 2 a.m. just because it was Friday and Saturday, I didn't have anything to fucking do the next day. Honestly, it was kind of neat because I got like to see a lot of cool shit around the Phoenix and Bay Area. But like once it got to 2 a.m., it like started to die off because everyone's like going home, because like then after 2 a.m. you don't get anybody till you get the 4 a.m. drunks, and I'm like, it's 2 a.m. It's already stupid late. I don't want to pick up people who are pretty much gonna probably puke in my car at some point. I'm like, yeah, I'm just going home. So like I would just stop at usually 1 or 2 a.m. But the funny thing is, I would always I got into a habit because like it was right after Breath of the Wild came out, like that I was like especially doing the late night stuff, and for some reason I decided to play every time I was going home after I dropped off my last person. I disabled the app. I would always play the night theme for Zora's Domain in my car.
Hey, sorry for cutting out.
It's okay.
What story are we on?
Me Uber driving.
Oh, okay.
You missed already most of the good stuff, but yeah, for some reason, like every night, I decided to like play the Zora's domain theme from night at like 1 or 2 in the morning. After I finished dropping off my last person, I went offline just because I'm like, this is like a nice peaceful song to like de-stress me. Because you know the Zora's domain theme from like Breath of the Wild, right? Like the night version is like super peaceful.
Oh
He
yeah,
did
yeah,
this to
yeah,
us.
yeah,
Yeah, so I would use that as like the
Unbelievably
song that I
well,
would listen
but
to
we've
on the
got
way
to
home
keep
before
going.
being done with Uber driving.
Legit.
Well.
For me, it was just on a bad day. I would get home and I would listen to the fucking. One of the things I would listen to was that KK Slider song.
Do 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 do.
It's not
Which
Kiki Slider
one?
annoying.
Do 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 do.
What's KK? I don't even know. Okay, I'm gonna sound like a caveman. Who's KK Slider?
From
Animal Crossing.
But we've
Yeah, he's from Animal
but we've
Crossing,
got to
a
keep
very
going.
talented singer.
Yeah.
Speaks in like
But we've got to-
I have never played that game, so I wouldn't know.
it's fun. So
You're one of like 5 people that also included me because I haven't played Animal Crossing.
Yeah.
I haven't either.
Yeah.
Crossing months,
Yeah.
I abandoned the game after like a week or 2.
it's fun. It's
Like I'm
it's
aware
fun.
of Animal Crossing. I know that apparently there's a funny Doom reference in, or no, like there's a Animal Crossing reference in Doom.
No,
Because
but we've got to keep going.
But the same day.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh.
So Isabelle and Doom Guy were drawn together because it's like
Those animations were so fucking funny.
they were for like
There
the
were some
first
good
like
ones.
week. They were for like the first week, and then they flooded my Twitter feed, and that's why I like stopped using Twitter. Or that's one of the reasons.
I didn't mind it. I just like saw less and less of it, but like it was cute. It was just really cute. But then it got old, like everything else does. I played Animal Crossing, I think, for like a week or 2, like a week. And I'm like, this is not for me, so I stopped playing. But I saw a lot of people's creations. I'm like, what the fuck? How do you people be this creative with this
I'm
game?
saying, like, what
Which
the hell?
creations?
Animal Crossing Islands.
Yeah.
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 Like
Speaking
aside from you specific things, it's taking a fucking nosedive.
Oh yeah,
Number
no, that's the thing that always happens to Animal Crossing. About 3 months after everyone plays it, they're done with it.
No, not just
Yeah.
in Animal Crossing. And I know the way that Animal Crossing works, and I played Tomodachi Life, and I kept up with Tomodachi like in the summer of 2014, like
Is that the
shortly after
Nintendo
the
game where people can sing and they just put in horrible lyrics?
Yeah.
Oh, that's where that meme comes from.
Oh, it was great. It's great.
Yeah.
So
Hey,
dumb.
while we're talking about games, I'm kind of curious. What was your guys' thoughts on like the stuff that DC released this week? The freaking Suicide Squad killed.
Suicide Squad looks good. Batman, I don't care. It looks like a
my
freaking Division clone.
thoughts can be summed up with a Lyle Rath quote, and that is, "No game, no hype. Those is the rules."
Yeah. Well, the gameplay for Gotham Knights actually looks pretty damn good. Though
I think it looks like a Division clone. I don't care.
Honestly,
I like that
I'd
DC
say
is
it would
getting
look
more
good, but that's what we thought about the first trailer.
Wait, what did you say?
What game?
What did you say, Ruins?
I like that DC is getting more into video games rather than just kind of being this like thing they do with
Had the Arkham
Batman
games
every
for
once
10
in a while.
years.
Yeah,
I
they
mean,
have the.
yeah, but it was
I'm-
only Batman. It was
Yeah.
only
Suicide Squad
really
is a bunch
Batman.
of Batman rogues.
I'm just
No,
glad
no.
that
Yeah,
no,
but
not all
like
of them.
it's
We got
more
Captain
obscure. It's more like, well, okay, Suicide Squad isn't niche anymore, but it's more. They're taking the risk with more properties. We get. It's
Superman.
possible that we might get like a Superman game or like a Green Lantern game that isn't shit.
Yeah, Paul
Um,
Dini's been trying to, like, Paul Dini, who wrote the Arkham game, like, at least he wrote the first 2 Arkham games. He was trying to get a freaking Superman game off the ground, but Rocksteady
Really?
kept freaking shutting it down. Paul Dini, he's, you probably don't. Okay, so Paul Dini, he's the guy who wrote some of the best episodes of Batman the Animated Series, even got Emmy nominated with Heart of Ice.
Nice.
He did the first Arkham, the 2 Arkham games. I don't think he came back to do Arkham Knight or Arkham Origins. Though the DLC Cold Heart pretty much was a reference. It was pretty much a loose adaptation to Heart of Ice. But yeah. Also just want to put a correction. The Suicide Squad isn't actually full of Batman rogues. Like the only Batman rogue that's actually on there is Deadshot and Harley. Everyone else is like King Shark's a fucking
Flash.
Well, no, he's actually. Believe it or not, he's actually, even though he started off in Aquaman, he became more of a Superboy villain, which is really weird. Yeah, King Shark's actually.
Can I?
Yeah,
King Shark
and then
is so he
Can I
just
say
looks
something?
like a funny dude. What?
Because I'm trying to butt him about this. I'm just glad that Riddler is finally getting a modern
take.
It's not Jim Carrey.
movie incarnation.
Yeah, and they're kind of making him. They kind of depict him a little bit like the freaking Zodiac killer, which is really like.
You mean Ted Cruz?
Yeah.
That meme is stupid.
Ted Cruz.
That meme is stupid.
Yeah.
It's impossible, but I know people.
There were people in the comments saying that finally they're acknowledging that Batman wars make eyeshadow underneath the mask.
Yeah, like everyone always keeps talking about that.
That trailer looks so good. I cannot wait for that Batman movie.
Yeah.
That looks so good.
And
Apparently, it's like his second year of being Batman, and they're making
Yeah.
a prequel series of like year one of him in like on HBO Max at some point.
I love that
cool.
bit.
I'm so glad HBO Max is actually getting content I give a shit about. That's not just
HBO Max is awesome. Like it's one of the streaming services that it took off faster than Disney Plus. Even
No, it didn't. No.
Because-
Well, the only reason it took off faster than Disney Plus is because for a lot of people, it was just free with their cable subscription.
No,
Like,
that's
if
the
you
thing. Is more
Like if you
more
have like
content.
cable, it pretty much comes with
I'd
it.
even argue that more content was put onto HBO Max, and it's like, it's they got like a lot of original shows. They got a lot of shows off the ground that like weren't going to be touched.
Close enough. Close
enough was a big one.
I don't know what that is.
It was a show by J.D.
Regular
Patel,
Show.
the guy who made Regular Show and stuff. And
Don't watch
The guy-
that.
oh man.
No, but they also got the Snyder Cut. No, that's not them. That's
That
DC,
Snyder
right?
Cut trailer was awesome.
I honestly, and I said this in my
But I
thoughts
think it'll
video.
still suck.
Yeah, I said this in my thoughts video. I really don't care. Like, I get it. Like,
No, but
everyone.
people have been wanting it for a long time.
I want to see it.
Well,
I don't know if it'll be good or bad. I just want to see it and finally have the internet shut up. I just want to be like, okay, so this is his original vision. Cool. I'm glad you were able to make this despite your family tragedy. That's why you left the movie.
Yeah,
Thank you for making this. Can you make a new movie now?
Funny thing though, it's not over. This isn't over. Even if you release it's not. Even if once that Snyder Cut's released, it ain't over. Because guess what? People are demanding another cut of a movie.
Suicide Squad. Who cares?
No, not Suicide Squad. They're demanding the cut of Schumacher's original cut of Batman Forever, which technically already was released online. It just was but it was bootlegged. But they want an official release to it.
That's easy. All they have to do is dump that on HBO Max. Like, it's super easy for that because they already have. That's already done.
Yeah, but frickin', yeah,
they spent $40 million on Justice League to just finish that.
Yeah,
I like that they're going back and like actually finishing Justice League or actually making like a better version of the.
You guys know why Snyder left, right? You know why he left?
Yeah, his daughter.
She sadly committed suicide.
Yeah, and like he had to leave and stuff.
He was like, he tried to go through it, and he was like, I can't. I need to go spend time with my family. It's like, yeah, okay, good. You know, that's very important. And then they brought Joss Whedon in, and it was just like a mess because like Snyder's whole thing is like dark and dramatic themes, and like you look at Avengers, and it's like there's no themes. It's just a dumb superhero movie. So
there are themes.
There are themes. Work.
There
in the
are
original Avengers.
Themes. Have you seen fucking Homecoming? It was a thematically brilliant movie
I'm talking about the original
like
Avengers.
I'm
talking about a Joss Whedon movie specifically.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Joss Whedon.
Yeah, no, the original.
He has stuff in Buffy. I've never seen Buffy, but in the original Avengers, there's not really other theme other than like we're going to avenge Coulson. Spoilers for a fucking 8-year-old movie.
But he's not actually dead.
It's 10 years.
No, because Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. exists.
Yeah, well, no, Coulson's dead, but he's not dead. It's kind of weird.
Their whole
yes, but actually no.
Was like he lives or something like
Coulson
that.
lives.
Yeah. That campaign was
a magical place.
I love fucking hell, Tahiti. I gotta look up. But
that's one thing that Matt does know because he's seen season 1.
By the way, if you look up Tahiti on Google Maps, you can see reviews for it that say it's a magical place. Like here, let me look up Tahiti, French Polynesia. Where are reviews?
Man, that was a really fucking I was not. I'm gonna be honest. I wasn't expecting that out of Agents of Shield.
The
And
part where like you see his brain freaking just like twitch like that.
No, just like the part where it's like he's like just on the
He's on the freaking
he's
It's a review for, oh my
surgical
god,
table.
it's from like a
spoiler
few months
Screaming,
ago.
he's
God
on the
damn it.
surgical
Wait,
table
wait,
screaming,
wait,
"Please let me die."
Wait.
Spoiler, you dumb.
Alert. Spoiler
Dumb
alert.
fucking bastard.
5, 4, 3, 2,
Wait for the end
1.
of the show.
Season 1.
Season 1. Just season
Oh,
1.
okay. Season 1
Spoilers
I'm
for
fine with
season
that.
1 of Agents of Shield. Click
Come out
off.
2013.
Just in case you wanted to watch it for yourself, I recommend it. It was a good season. I liked it. I had fun with it.
I think Agents
You're
of
gonna
S.H.I.E.L.D.
love-
isn't very good.
If you liked that, you're going to love the next seasons.
I personally don't think Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Season 1 is really that good until the Captain America Winter Soldier tie-in. I think that's
Yeah.
when the show actually gets good.
Oh,
That's
definitely.
when it
By
kicks
the way,
into
I
gear,
looked at the
except
review-
for the Tahiti stuff.
By the way, I looked at the reviews of Tahiti, and I'm seeing stuff from The Good Place and Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Oh yeah.
That was a
haven't
good place.
watched-
Holy
Magic
I'm
forks!
behind a season on The Good Place, so don't spoil anything, but that show's great. That show's so underrated.
I've only watched the Netflix stuff, but like I really want to see season 4.
It's probably going to go to Hulu at this point, I think.
It's
I
on
don't know.
it's on Amazon, but it's paid.
That's like iTunes where it's paid. That's the same thing. But yeah, it'll be on Netflix soon enough. Like the whole thing, I think their thing is has to be a year.
It'll
whatever.
be next month.
But yeah, there's 14 upvotes on this review from 2 months ago saying Tahiti, it's a magical place, and it has 14 upvotes. And that's an
magical
official
place.
review on Google Maps. It's an alternate place.
Um,
Got into oh my god.
it's an alternate
God.
place. Hey, so Matt,
It's a marvelous place.
There's also comments
I'm
about
basically-
fucking Red Dead Redemption 2. God damn it.
I'm
Wait,
basically
which Matt?
You Ruins Way.
Okay.
I'm basically free any day, if you want to get together.
Sure.
Kinky.
Hit me up. I might be good for tomorrow. I might be good for the weekend. Just pick a day that works best.
Wunderbar.
There's 88 upvotes on
Like
this review
any,
saying
like
got
literally
here after
any
months
day.
of Planet.
Except
Okay.
Matt, tag. The Red Dead 2 tie-in review says, got here after months of planning. Dutch really did have a plan after all, and our mango farm is booming. Visited in June 1899. Love it here, not a Pinkerton in sight, says another review. Jesus Christ. Why are all these, like, fucking, like, video games and movies all choosing Tahiti? Like, it's so funny.
I don't know. Well, whatever. Remember back in the day,
Um,
it was all about Fiji and shit. Like literally,
yeah.
a bunch of shows would always make cracks about Fiji.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Can you feel that? Don't stop.
All I remember is the Johnny Test stuff about Fiji.
Saw that.
Oh god, Johnny Test.
I
What channel
liked the
was that
show
on?
as a kid.
Johnny
I
Test
was
was a
starting to work.
show. Okay, Johnny Test first started off on CW for
WB,
Kids.
never watched that channel.
Yeah, well, no,
Oh, yeah, it
CW
did,
for
didn't
Kids.
it?
Yeah, it started there.
And then Cartoon Network bought it, and like it did start out on CW, but Cartoon Network saw opportunity in it. They also bought Shaolin Showdown, which is one of my favorite shows.
Shaolin Showdown got like the worst treatment after like. Did you ever see that sequel series they did?
Can
I saw it, but I never
real-
finished it.
Real
I
quick.
watched it.
Real quick. I finished the scene, so I'm gonna switch to music.
Okay.
Nice.
Right. Cool.
So that's
Like-
another 8 shots, and probably like I'm gonna count because actually no wait, I have a better way of doing this. Calculator. 30, 52 minus 23. That's 3, you dumb shit. 23, 21. Equals 731 divided by 24 frames per second.
Oh my god, I just saw an amazing tweet, Jesus Christ.
So that is
What?
another 30. That's another just over 30 seconds for Avastera. It's episode 2.
Nice.
I'm stoked.
Nice.
Oh my god, this tweet is hilarious. It's about the RNC. It's about someone saying, here's the gist of their speech, and it's just a Steel going, oh.
I want so badly to crush the life force out of any of those.
Here's the tweet.
And believe me, I will.
It's in no mic.
Man, I feel like whenever I'm like with you or the rest of the Avastera gang, that's like 80% of what I say is just Avastera quotes that I find funny out of context. Like, it even came up in a D&D game once. Our characters were my character was woken up early, and I just kind of groggily say, "Alarm clock! It's too early for this."
Fucking mood.
That's grass. God damn
Freaking
it.
mood.
Blonde or
Oh,
baby. That's not what I wanted. That's not
So
what I
actually
wanted.
have a really
That's
I don't know-
not
I don't know
what
if we're still
I
doing-
wanted.
I
Hey,
don't know if we're
that's
still
not
doing-
what I wanted.
That's not what I want.
You were saying, Runes?
Again.
I actually do have a funny Disneyland story if we're done with
Oh yeah.
Well,
Go ahead.
at least no. For me, well,
Yep. Da 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 da.
I mean, the only thing exciting for me for Disneyland is being lost like 3 times.
So, like, it was in 2015, and I had forgotten like my ID, so I couldn't actually get into the park. Or like my ticket or something. Some documentation that wouldn't like let me get into the park. So I had to like call my uncle, and he was there because he was there on the family trip, and he had to get back. He had to get in he had to get me in. He essentially get me into the park, saying, "Oh yeah, he's with him." We walk around for like 15 minutes, and then suddenly he just wants to leave and then get like a Shamrock Shake from McDonald's. And he's just like, "Come on, we're leaving." It's like, "What? Well, you just got here." It's like, "I want a Shamrock Shake." And we got to the fucking place, and the machine was broken, and I just look at him with this like angry glare because we had just gotten into the fucking park, and he wanted a Shamrock Shake. He wanted to leave and go get a fucking milkshake.
He wanted that fucking Shamrock Shake. If it's the last thing I do.
So, the next year we ended up going back to Disneyland with our cousin and my uncle. And I was jokingly setting up rules just based on previous trips that we went, or I was just like making like, you know, telling jokes and making fake like rules. And I turned to my uncle and I go, "Uncle, if you ever find yourself in a position where you arrive at the park, please do not leave 15 minutes in to get yourself a Shamrock Shake at McDonald's."
Good God.
Whatever, dude. If you're gonna get a good, dude, whatever. You want a really damn good milkshake? Go to the one. I don't know if they still have it. If it's even still at Disneyland, but I remember going to the Ghirardelli.
Ghirardelli's so good.
Yeah, they actually had like an ice cream spot for the Ghirardelli there, and I was like, "Oh, that's nice." And the freaking milkshake, god damn, that was good. Like,
man,
A good take. Huh.
I need to actually get back to Disney. I haven't been to Disney World in fucking ever, man.
ditto, man.
I
Dude, the
mean,
last time I went to
COVID.
Disneyland was in Halloween years ago. Like, I think it was like, yeah, I was like freaking like, it was like my sophomore, not my sophomore, it was my freaking freshman year of high school.
2016
Last
was
time-
mine.
I want to say
Last time-
2012.
2016.
I want to say it was like it was like probably like 2011, 2012 for me. Cause like,
It's
Okay.
due time.
I like literally I almost went to Disneyland this year. I actually almost did, but you want to know what happened?
COVID.
Same reason we couldn't go to GDQ.
Yeah, that exactly. Like I almost like, and it really sucked because I talked I talked to the workshop. I was like, hey, I'm gonna be gone for about like a week. Is that gonna be fine? They're like, yeah. Got everything done. All of my work was wrapped up except for like the Shawshank stuff because I had to edit that Shawshank reenactment. But I had enough done, and I already picked out someone to take over for me when I was out, and I was ready to go. Next thing you know, bam! It's fucking closed.
So funny story about that is I hadn't turned in like dates for GDQ because I was like, we're still setting up the trip. I've got a few weeks and I can turn off. And I had just taken like a big vacation like a few weeks ago for Hawaii. So I was like, I'm going to hold off, but I'm still going to keep this in mind as something I have to do. But I don't want to do it just like, oh yeah, I just got back, but like in May, I'm going on another vacation. So like, can you pencil me down for that? Like, I don't want to seem like that dick, but so I'm just like, okay, so when are the days I should turn in this vacation? I'm going to wait till we're at least booked the plane tickets. And then like the month of, it's like, oh yeah, shit, you're in this big fucking quarantine. Go your ass home and play Mystery Dungeon all day, you fucking fucklord. And I'm like, can do. So thank you. I will do that. And it's like, this should only last like a month, right? Right?
Way wrong.
Right?
Yep. Yeah, like
Echoes.
6.
Right.
6.
Right?
Tastes like right
eternity
Eight.
later.
6 months later.
Oh my god! If
Several
half
months
of you
later.
know the fucking shit that's happened between now and quarantine, between then and now, like I kind of want to go back in time and be like the day before, and I'm like, hey, so like tomorrow, hey, I come from the future, and so it's like, how far in the future? Later this year. So what happens to me in the future? Well, the whole world shuts down.
Well,
You
fucker.
can't do
You're about to
anything.
find out.
Tell me the good news.
You can't
One
do
day
anything.
in the future.
You can't do anything. You get an animated series, you have an AI girlfriend, and you now have a grudge against the ocean.
Hey! What did I say?
Hey.
What did I say?
Come on!
We're talking about ocean current.
Yes.
I don't know, man.
Not convinced.
Not convinced.
There are
dude.
2 oceans in the chat. I hate them. I hate them both. Grr, I hate you. Oceans in the chat.
Okay, to anyone, to our viewers, earlier, right before the chat started, I challenged Ruins into 2 things: that he cannot rant about the ocean, nor can he make a JoJo's reference.
Hey, I didn't rant about the ocean. I made a passing reference to the meme.
I'm counting it.
No,
You
don't
can't
count
count
that,
it.
Mike.
Okay, alright. Here's the thing.
If I'm gonna
Here's
rant-
the
if I'm
deal.
gonna-
Here's the actual deal.
Okay.
No JoJo references in the chat for a week. To give you to
What do I get if I
provide
can kill
motivation, I'll delete any of your JoJo references.
What do I get if I win this?
KFC.
The will to live.
KFC. You get KFC.
Just go back to KFC.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, you get to go to KFC
You
and get
get
some crappy
reasons
chicken.
for us to keep you living. No, that's
I think
Yeah.
I said that he should
Seriously.
No. I'm booking
Exactly,
that. I'm booking
KFC.
that. No,
KFC.
I'm booking that.
Seriously, it's for the best. Because honestly,
No.
it's getting to the point.
No. I'm writing that down. If I don't make JoJo references in chat for a week, which will be next Wednesday, Danny has to buy me KFC.
That's not what I said.
I'm going with what Matt said. No, okay.
Yeah, you gotta do it for a
By the
whole
way, I
week.
have 2 things. I have 2
Okay,
things.
Matt has to buy me KFC.
No.
Fuck, man. Fuck.
Don't even ask me to buy you KFC. I'm broke, man.
Man,
I just bought a bunch of old video games from Woot. Woot actually had a sale today that was like,
shit.
hey, here's a bunch of N64, Wii, GameCube, Super Nintendo games.
Online or in person?
Woot's online. They're like the Amazon's like refurb crap. Go to
Shit,
woot.com.
man.
WOOT. It's like all refurbished stuff. And it's usually high quality because it's owned by Amazon. And if it's not, you can just complain to Amazon, so it's fine.
Shit,
and, I bought what did I buy? Let me tell you the games that I bought. So I don't own some of these consoles yet, but like I'm like, shit, this game's super cheap. I don't know if I'll ever find it this cheap. Fuck it. So one sec while I go look in my folder. I bought A Link to the Past.
Great game.
Nice.
Crash 1 for the PS1 because I have a PS3 that can play those games.
I prefer the MC just because they improve like so many.
No. I did it, but it's all just called. It's just for collection purposes. I'm never gonna play it.
Yeah,
Probably.
true.
I got Super Paper Mario.
Fuck yeah, that game is actually
Donkey Kong
good.
Country for the SNES, even though it's on the Switch. And the most
collection
expensive fucker
purposes,
was Kirby Air Ride at $55. How is that game from like 2004 or 5 and that thing's still $55? That's bullshit. When was Kirby Air Ride released?
No man, I wanted to get a hold of a copy of the Twin Snakes for Metal Gear Solid because it's like the last main series. It's the last Kojima MGS game that I don't own. And
Snakes? Oh, yeah?
Snake!
Liquid! And it's fucking
Snake.
like 60
Liquid.
bucks.
What is
60
it?
bucks.
Metal Gear Solid.
Metal Gear Solid,
Twin
the Twin
Snakes.
Snakes.
Okay, yeah, I'm on GameCube.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, I'm looking at price charting. Jesus Christ. Lucid's $64. Complete it's $82. New it's $212. What the fuck?
Oh, wait, you think
$65.
that's bad?
That's ridiculous.
You think that's bad? Look up Pokemon Heart Gold.
Pokemon Heart Gold. Alright, Pokemon Heart Gold for the DS. Just not a bundle. Why is it $90?
List of things I need to open.
The fuck?
Symphonic Shadows.
Fun fact, the loose price to buy it at GameStop is higher than the original retail price.
Yo, Matt, I found a copy of Heart Gold for $25.
Fuck, really?
Yeah, allow me to DM it to you.
Send me if
So
you
you
can
can
find a
buy
copy of Soul Silver. No, send me a copy of like Soul Silver, because that's the one I don't own.
Oh, okay, let me go find Pokemon Soul Silver.
I think my brother
Man.
owns Soul Silver.
I own
Or
Man,
DS
Soul
like,
Silver.
I am actually trying to get all of the main series Pokemon games.
Oh, like
It's also
Quail?
$25 from Hawaii.
I
The
think
guy
I could
has
probably.
164 reviews. He's 96.9% positive feedback. You have to pay for return shipping if you return it. So, Matt, I sent you both Pokemons.
Okay.
They're from eBay. So snap it up, by the way, while it's there.
Okay. Let me see the listing. Oh, speaking of video games, Crystal Chronicles drops like tomorrow.
Oh yeah, the GameCube port.
Oh yeah,
Right.
I forgot about that. I'm good.
me too.
I'm just waiting on the games I'm waiting on
I-
this year are Miles Morales for Spider-Man.
That game is gonna be fucking dope.
That game's
Yeah.
gonna be sick. Even if it's gonna be as short as Uncharted Lost Legacy, I don't care. That game looks sick. Because I loved Spider-Man on the PS4. That
Yeah.
game was so good.
I kind of have a theory of who the main villain's gonna be.
Don't
Man,
tell me, but I think I do too.
like, I like,
Yeah, no,
I
Kingpin
like
was Spider-Man's main villain in the last one.
I think it's gonna be a Regent.
I
That's a good
like
take.
I liked Into the Spider-Verse, and
They're
Miles
so
Morales
good.
is my favorite
Yep.
fucking Spider-Man. So that's gonna
Into
be
the
fucking
Spider-Verse
great.
was amazing.
Oh
I
yeah.
saw it
And
for
I love that
Christmas
it
when that came
continues-
out.
I'm
I
really
love
curious
that.
what they're
Okay,
gonna do.
okay. Spoilers for anyone who hasn't played the PS4 Spider-Man game. 5, 4, 3,
I've played
2,
it.
1. I love that it basically continues off of the ending in the first game, and where
yeah.
Miles like gets his powers.
Yeah, it's 6 months later, apparently, according to the devs.
Yeah. And I gotta say, like, this Spider-Man, like, when I played the game, it delivered everything I wanted in both Spider-Man
Since
as
it's
a game.
Danny, oops.
but also as a character, like they do shit that I've been wanting them to do in comics for fucking ever. Like when Aunt May, spoiler alert. Give you 5 seconds. 5, 4.
Come on, I sent you the link. I sent it to
2,
Danny by mistake.
1. Yeah. So when Aunt May frickin' dies, as sad as that scene is, I was actually kind of just more like, oh my god, like, because that's something. Because I'm not gonna lie, I've been wanting them to kill off Aunt May for a while now. Because
okay, Lewis, that hurt. That hurt what you just said.
Okay. If you've been reading comics, you will get what I mean.
No, not that. Your reaction, and specifically what I had to fight doing.
Oh. Oh man.
Oh man, when you're that deep in the fandom, when you're that deep, that everything becomes a reference.
Oh god, yeah. But yeah, the whole but back to the whole thing with Aunt May is that one of what her whole deal has been throughout the comics lately. I could sum it up in one sentence.
Go ahead.
Hi, Peter. I'm doing a new charity event. Oh, I'm dying. Oh, I'm fine now. Oh, I'm dying. My charity event's gone. Oh, I'm back doing charity. Oh, I'm dying. Jesus. But it got to the point where I'm like, can we just drop this old woman by this point? Just let her die. And they make Peter sometimes the most codependent little bastard ever. I'm just I get it. Aunt May it's important in his life, but he sometimes does the most selfish shit.
He's 16.
No, he isn't. He's in his fucking 20s.
He's trying to become a good boy, okay?
Oh no, okay. You wanna know what a good boy doesn't do? He doesn't leave. A good boy doesn't abandon his partner to get fucking kidnapped by 2 psychopaths and get hunted like an animal. That's a thing.
And then there's One More Day.
Yeah, no, this happened after One More Day. Okay, it gets ridiculous with Peter, and one of the things I'm liking about the Nick Spencer Spider-Man run is that they call him out on that shit. When during that that story I just mentioned of him abandoning a guy to help Aunt May who didn't actually need help. That came to bite him in the ass because when he got kidnapped and hunted down himself, the guy saw him and he was like, "Oh hey, remember me? You left me to die, you dick!" And just kicks the shit out of him. And hell, literally the main villain of this new Spider-Man run, Kindred, who's an unknown entity, literally says that, yeah, you are a fuck up, Peter, and I'm gonna spend every day reminding you that you're a fuck up.
Peter,
give him a bit of slack. He's still a bit. Still trying to do his best.
Well, whatever. Well, right now in comics, he's trying to get back together with MJ, which I'm like, thank you, Nick. This doesn't completely erase the whole Captain Hydra situation, but it's a start. That was his peace offering, essentially, when he did that. When people heard he was doing Spider-Man, they were like, no, we can't trust you again. You're just gonna hurt us all over again. He's like, I brought Spider-Man Mary Jane back. All is forgiven. Because but again, I like Spider-Man as a character, but there are some points where I wind up yelling at my fucking comic like a fucking 5-year-old, just because of how frustrating it gets. Just because it gets.
Can we get live footage? Can we get that as a segment at on your channel of just you screaming at comics?
I probably will.
Please.
At the beginning of every bad comic review ever.
I'm probably going to because just today.
Or negative comic review, and then you just slam the comic down and then look it in the face, or if it had a face, and then just go.
I might do that because
scream.
I might do that.
It's more reminiscent of James Rolfe or Doug Walker.
I was gonna say more.
Ice cream.
Just
Lord
recently-
Megatron, the
Wait,
quarantine is affecting my sanity.
we keep talking over Bizarro Bread.
Okay, just recently, like today, in fact, because DC has because of what's been going on with the quarantine, DC switched when they release new comics. They usually do it on Wednesdays, but now they do it on Tuesdays.
Switched provider who makes the comics apparently.
Yeah, because Diamond was being fucking ridiculous. But yeah, so a new comic came out. It was the new issue of Suicide Squad. And I've been digging this new Suicide Squad for a while. Like, I've been digging it so far. I won't spoil what happens, but it totally it takes the Suicide Squad that people have been used to for the past few years since New 52 and flips it on its head, where, no, people will fucking die and shit will switch off every issue, and it works in its benefits. And okay, spoiler alert. You have 5 seconds. 5,
I'm gonna
4,
mute for this one.
3. Slay. It was so breaking, and when he came back. Because I was.
Are we spoiler free now?
Not yet.
No, we're still there.
Not yet.
Is and has helped many patients.
Are we back?
really, yeah, we're back. I'm not talking about Suicide Squad anymore. I'm talking about Heroes in Crisis. Just like, again, I'll do my own review of it someday. But like, I'll just say right now, I still don't get how Tom King could fuck this up. Like, because this is a guy who did some really good stories at first. Like, he did Visions, which is my favorite comic he did. It's a really good Marvel book. Mr. Miracle is amazing. And, he did a pretty damn good Superman. But then there's his Batman run. And his Batman run is pretty good with the I Am saga, which started with I Am Gotham to I Am Suicide to I Am Bane. Those are 3 really good stories I recommend checking out. Then afterwards, it got really ridiculous, and I kept yelling again. Just imagine me yelling at a comic book, yelling, "What are you trying to say? Are you trying to tell me something? This doesn't make any sense." Like, this is like that. It's pretty like the best way to describe it. It's like that kid. It's like that guy who like just splatters like art, splatter shit all over the place with expects you to know what the fuck it means. Like
I felt that with Y2K when I played it.
Yeah, just.
I don't think I need to rant about that. I mean, that's fucking coming in a Ruins video, but that's like miles away from now because that's a game you got to prepare to talk about because it's so fucking like. What are you even trying for anymore? Like, I think you were going for something, and you kind of got it, but then you went like, whoa, that is a completely different track, and you are far up your own ass. I can even see some of your feces in this game.
Oh, man.
Man.
Yeah,
like,
when it comes
there's
to
this one part in the game where the guy, the main character, talks to the main character of the guy's previous game, which had absolutely fucking nothing to do with the actual game itself, and all it was literally just a segment for the author to complain about why his last game got bad reviews.
Oh my fucking god, that is some petty fucking shit. And the funny thing, Tom King does do that in the end of his Batman run. He actually did that.
Really?
And here's the thing. He got it wrong though. I think he misunderstood why people didn't like the book. They didn't like his Batman run after I Am Bane. He claimed that the reason we didn't like it was because it was too light, or it was too dark. No. Our problem wasn't because of the tone. It was because it felt like he had no clue what the fuck he was talking about, and he started making up shit that never happened. Like, you can't even I can go on. I can actually people have actually pulled in previous books and explained how that doesn't make any sense. And the weird part is he's pretty much like saying everyone who likes Scott Snyder's run and hates my run, they're Kite Man, which is supposed to be an insult, but that doesn't make sense because throughout the entire series, he's been actually using Kite Man as a very good character. That was actually one of the few good things he's been doing, is making Kite Man interesting. So are you saying we're stupid for liking Kite Man? Are you really I don't get it. And then there's a whole thing with Batman and Catwoman, which is stupid. And they literally do a beach episode. They somehow were able to incorporate a comic issue, where it's essentially a beach episode. Which, right before that issue happened, Alfred got killed. Don't know what.
Wow.
Yeah.
There is one.
And he's still dead. He didn't come back.
There is one thing, and it's such a petty fucking thing that when I think about it, I just, from the perspective of what I do, when I think about it, I just become confused, annoyed, and a little bit pissed off.
I gotta mandate, or at least request, that in the future, we don't talk spoilers. I had the hard time for the longest time.
Yeah, sorry, dude.
Yeah.
Didn't mean for that.
No worries, man.
Yeah. Again, this just I just found out. I just saw this. This just happened.
I think I cut out.
Yeah. He was just. Yeah, I was just apologizing.
But there is just one fucking thing. It's something I've been thinking about recently, and it's a small thing. But every time I see it, I'm confused, I'm annoyed, and I'm a little bit pissed off. And it is such a fucking small thing. And I shouldn't be pissed off, but I'm a script editor. So it fucking, it baffles me to see how it got in. And it was this intro segment to an anime.
Which anime?
So, Data Live. Data Live 3.
Data Live. Why does that sound familiar?
I've probably talked about it on occasion. So,
wait, isn't it a show about the dude who literally has to date like cosmic deities or something?
Yeah.
In order to stop the oncoming conflict or something like that.
Oh yeah.
I didn't even finish the first episode.
There's no bigger coming conflict. It's just these girls come down. I'm rewatching the first season because I want to do a video about why I don't like season 2 and why I think season 1 was just so much better. And man, season 1 actually kind of holds up. Not gonna lie. I've alternated opinions between, okay, this show is just absolutely fucking trash, and there are some things I regrettably kind of love about this show, but season 3 does this weird fucking thing in the intro sequence. Do you want me to kind of spill it?
Go on.
So
actually, maybe not really. Actually, not really, since I
no. It's nothing. It's not even a spoiler. It's my problems I have with the way this show introduced itself, and it's something I keep thinking about as a script editor. So it opens with the phrase, there are cosmic spiritual interferences. I'm paraphrasing, obviously, because I haven't watched season 3 in fucking a long time. There are cosmic interferences and spiritual spatial quakes, and most of the world doesn't know what's going on with them. But I, Shido Itsuki, do. And that's the intro. That's the intro to season 3.
Wow.
Can I just explain why I'm so fucking, livid about this?
Shoot, man.
First of all, if you are watching this show, you should know this. Season 1 should beat that into your head, and you do know this. It does a fine enough job of putting that knowledge into your head. So, you shouldn't need a recap. You shouldn't need a recap of what the entire fucking plot is. Number 2. Let's just say, for an example, okay, Data Live 3 just dropped. Who is a fuck is skipping seasons 1 and 2? It's like, oh, season 3 of this show that just came out. Oh, well, might as well just watch this with no prior context. Who the fuck is doing that? And besides, season 1 is where most of the best material is. So skipping it and actually trying to be a fan of this show is really dumb. And number 3, let's just say that you are someone who's either skipping the first 2 seasons, or just completely forgot what the fuck the show was about. The intro tells you fucking nothing! It tells you fucking nothing! It doesn't say what the spirits are.
You get nothing! Good day!
You
You
lose!
lose! Good day, sir!
Hey, sir!
It doesn't tell you what the spirits are.
I
It
said
doesn't
good
tell you
day!
how he goes about them. It doesn't tell you jack shit. It just says there's an unusual thing in this world. Most people don't know about it. I do. And I've tried to make fun of this fucking sequence, but every time I do, it ends up being fucking better than the actual sequence. And I'm so frustrated because I can't make fun of something like this.
I think we found the next thing you're gonna have to put in your own channel. You just ran.
Oh,
Yeah,
no,
it's your
let's
next
go
new
there.
content.
I will say this: My Hero Academia has a similar thing going on, except here's the thing.
It works.
Yeah, it works better mostly because like it's not it doesn't have because it pretty much sums up pretty simple of like the first time they did this, it was a little longer and it stuff where it says it like all because this child this baby was glowing bright and then it started this and apparently that was the beginning and it all started.
That doesn't come at the beginning of season fucking 3. Where you should know this.
Yeah, but then the other seasons open with then the seasons do open with the whole thing of okay, this is the world, quirks are a thing, there are heroes, but there are villains. I'm at this school to learn how to be the greatest hero. That's legit how I was doing My Hero Academia.
My Hero Academia, I can understand just like a little bit because it's the most popular fucking anime right now, like
but not
the
Data
most
Life
popular
3.
anime.
Yeah.
And
yet
so
you have not
people
watched
just
it.
fucking jump on with their friends, and it's nice to kind of like at start of the new season, people are jumping on constantly. It's kind of nice to just again, my statement still holds up. It's like watch from the beginning if you're gonna watch a show.
Yeah, that's what I did. Like when Mark was when season like when season 3 was coming out, I decided, you know what, I'm not gonna watch season 3. I'm just gonna wait until I'm just gonna go and wait. I'm just gonna like binge watch on Hulu because Hulu legit has like all those seasons at that time.
Yeah, I still need to fucking catch up on My Hero. God,
Seriously.
It's great. It's great. The season 4 is amazing.
Yeah, though I am worried that once you watch this, you're gonna start making a bunch of like My Hero Academia memes to replace the damn JoJo memes.
Are you?
I don't
are you
think
kidding me?
I think I'll just become a normie anime shit poster. Well, okay, no, I won't because I kind of am starting to be able to stand Dragon Ball less, and I don't watch One Piece, and I haven't kept up with Naruto in like fucking forever.
Same.
But like, I've seen the first 2 episodes, and I already do kind of like it.
My Hero Academia?
Yeah. I know, and I've seen an analytical videos, and it's a really well written show.
Yeah.
That's next taco.
Guys.
Yeah, like.
Maybe.
But yeah, it's really good. And I actually am checking out. Like, I really want to see them do an adaptation of Vigilante next because Vigilante, the manga prequel to My Hero, is actually pretty damn good.
Huh.
Yeah, like I won't spoil too much, but essentially,
What's the premise?
Okay, so the premise is that this dives into the world of vigilantes, which I'm just gonna say that there is a difference between a vigilante and a hero. Vigilante, someone who does not work at the law at all, does not have any form of hero license. They just put on a costume and they start beating the shit out of people. And the main character is this kid who was going to be in UA, but he missed his day, but he missed it because he had to go save someone. He wound up saving this person and he missed his shot to go to UA. And he winds up becoming a vigilante with mentor being this guy named Knuckle Duster, who used to have a quirk but lost his quirk, and now he's just a normal guy, a quirkless guy who just uses his own strength to just beat the shit out of enemies. And it's really cool. We actually get to see some characters before My Hero Academia. All Might does show up. We get to see the hero killer Stain and how he became a fucking nutcase. And also we actually get to see the #1 hero in America, Captain Celebrity, which that is hilarious with him because it's just kind of
funny.
It's just kind of funny that All Might, the #1 hero in Japan, is more American than the number one hero in America.
You know what is kind of cool that I saw, and I think you might like this, is I saw an entire video completely dismantling Hero Killer Stain's philosophy.
Oh yeah, I think I saw that video. Because I'm gonna be honest here, the Hero Killer Stain arc is my favorite arc of the series.
And the fact that his philosophy is so like it gets the idiot masses who don't think about like the way actual problems work.
Yeah,
To
and
be like,
in fact,
oh, that's actually a pretty good idea.
yeah, and in fact, and this isn't a major spoiler or anything, so no one worry about this. We do get a member of the League of Villains who is a worker of Stain, and which winds up becoming kind of a bad thing, because at one point, like, they have a chance to kill Midoriya, but then he stops them, and they're like, "What the hell did you do?" And the guy is like, "Well, if you," and he says, "I watched the news. Stain saved that. Actually, didn't save that kid. He is worthy to live." Yeah. So it's
I think I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, I forget his name. He looks like a Ninja Turtle.
Yeah.
I just remember. I always forget his name because he doesn't do much. He's just that guy who dresses. He's just that Ninja Turtle that dresses up like Stain. That's how I remember him.
I found some interesting tweets just now.
What was it?
So apparently, one thing is someone gave the perspective that Space Storm Galaxy from or Deep Dark Galaxy from Mario Galaxy 1. Do you remember that, where like it has like the pirate ship and like there's almost nothing in it? Apparently, someone had to take that it's the wet dry world of Mario Galaxy, where it's like kind of like empty and shit, and like creepy. But do you guys agree with that?
I can't remember Wet Dry Galaxy very well.
Well, also apparently, in Fall Guys tweeted out that they were discovering people were using the family sharing method on Steam. Like, they would buy the game, that account would get banned, but they'd use family sharing to share it to another account that didn't get banned and keep hacking. So they're just straight up turning off the family sharing feature on Steam because hackers are a pain in the ass. Oh man. Also, someone on my timeline tweeted, every time an article speculates that Kim Jong-un is dead, he gains 5 more years of life. I think that's pretty accurate.
Man, I wish he would. Okay, I'm gonna be real. Part of me wishes he was replaced with his fucking waifu of a sister.
I agree.
I am not. Wait, what?
You know that his sister's just as bad, right? She's literally in charge of like propaganda.
I know.
I have no idea what you're talking about. What?
I know about that.
Yeah, Kim Jong-un has a sister.
Yeah.
I get that, but what?
Are you saying that? Are you saying that it doesn't make her more appealing?
Well, that she's fucking mental. God.
Okay, I've dated.
Damn it! I looked up Google images of Kim Jong-un's sister, and stupid computer gave me her like eating something and holding a purse. And there's a fucking anime
yes.
pic
Yeah.
That's how the meme started.
Fucking Christ, why?
Why?
He's
because
late for
the
her,
internet.
Anime.
I want to point out that I'm putting like super like creepy strings over your talk about this creepy woman.
Oh, she's an absolute nutcase, but she's fucking gorgeous.
God damn it!
Why do
Little
people
sister can't beat a
allow this?
picture.
God, you know what?
This mentality is why I ended up with L in the first place. But
you know what this is this is perfect for? If I could, I would right now edit that scene from South Park, where Randy says, "But she's a woman." I know, and she's hot. I know. Because seriously, this is so freaking ridiculous. I am saying this as a straight man. Just because you're hot does not make it where you get away with shit.
I'm not saying she has to get away with shit. I'm saying we should put her in office at least until the Rule 34 comes out, and there's enough of it to satisfy.
I agree.
By the way, apparently she would never be able to talk to Mike Pence alone, because Mike Pence is a dumbass and has a rule that because he's like a Christian man, even though he's fucking stupid, that he never wants to be alone in a room with another woman without either his wife being there or another guy, because he's like, men aren't trustable, and it's like, dude, what the fuck? It's like he can't be in a room alone with Pelosi because he's retarded.
Honestly,
like,
I kind of
literally, there's a point
understand
it's
where
like,
he's
he can't
coming
be alone in
from.
a room with another woman because it's like he's like trying to be. He's like, I can't be fully faithful if there's another woman there without someone else being there. It's like, dude.
Honestly, I
she's
kind
the
of get where
fucking
he's
Speaker
coming
of the House, you idiot. It's fine. You know that she's not gonna do anything because she's just like you, old as fuck, and she also doesn't care. She's like, how old is How old is Nancy Pelosi?
So he just assumed that
She's fucking 80. How old is Mike Pence?
So he assumed.
He's 61.
Okay, so he assumes that if he just doesn't, if he's in a room alone with someone, it's somehow some type of weird elderly porno.
Exactly. He's
God.
like, men cannot be trusted in rooms alone with other women. Like, Christ. That's a thing, by the way. Google it. It's a thing. Because Mike Pence is stupid.
Oh god, you know what? Like that is some really ridiculous form of thinking.
I love
there.
that, like, the vice president can't meet with the Speaker of the House. It's like he can't meet with the person that, if Trump died, would take his job. Like if Trump ever died and
Like,
Trump,
I
and
see
Pence
where
became
he's going with this,
president,
but at the
she
same
can't
time,
talk to him alone.
Sorry, I disconnected. My phone died.
Nice.
I honestly
Did I
where
miss
Mike
anything?
Pence is going
Mike Pence is
because,
stupid.
like, as someone from the same religion, but I am.
Maybe
but
we
No,
should
it's
get,
not
like,
religion. It's
time.
just he can't be alone with any other woman. He's like,
Mike Pence is just some dumbass who's like, okay, Mike Pence is just some dumbass who thinks that electroshock therapy works. So
oh, yeah, he does.
that guy,
He's one of those guys also.
Okay,
so,
please
like,
don't. Okay,
that-
if you
like, you got to think of how that affects all of his other decisions if he's so delusional to believe that fucking shock therapy can work.
Trump also accepted his nomination from the White House. You can't do that. You're not supposed to be able to do that. There's literally a law against that.
No,
It's
so
called the
I
Hatch
have a theory. I have a theory to why Trump went with Mike Pence, and it's because Pence is like so much fucking worse. And it's like, hey, if you kill me, this guy will be in charge.
He also
Yeah.
voted for the evangelical vote because evangelicals are nuts.
yeah, that actually
They were gonna vote for him anyway.
just it's ridiculous with.
I don't mind Christians. I mind the evangelical annoying people. Who are like, what about religion? Like, if someone's like, I go to church and I just do my life and I don't really do anything, I don't care. If you're like one of those crazy nutjobs that's like, we must do this because it will cause the end of the world, and like, fuck off.
So like,
I am not that kind of person, but
They
I'm a
ruin it for
Catholic.
the rest of
kind of
everybody.
refrain. Just
We ran
don't
into some of those fuckers
just
at Fanime.
refrain from like saying that all evangelical people are like that.
No. Like, they ruin it
As
for the rest
one.
of everybody. They ruin it
Yeah,
for the rest
no,
of everybody. Like, most
okay,
Christians
okay,
are like
Ira,
nice,
Ira,
normal
Ira.
fucking people.
Ira,
Yeah, I know.
the term
Like, that just ruins it for
evangelical.
everybody.
Ira, the term evangelical means extremists.
Yeah, it does.
yeah, like I got like I remember at one point my
It's like those crazy dudes on the corner who are like, they have a microphone like, Jesus, listen to Jesus. He is your, like, they scream on a corner outside of a coffee shop. Remember, it's like, God fucking damn it. This
Hey,
guy's
Tech,
having
are
a
you a
nice
good
night
person?
Like
day
I
out.
said,
Hey, Tech, are you a good person?
Fuck that guy.
either way.
Oh my god. It's been a while since I went back to that one.
Do we want to
Like,
tell
you remember
that
the
story?
guy on
'Cause
Main
it's
Street
great.
in, like,
It's
Pleasanton
so
who's just
good.
screaming dumb shit out of a mic?
Honestly,
that's him.
just
Fuck those guys.
Wait. Do we want to tell that story?
What story?
I do.
What story?
as
Okay. Tech, do
I
you wanna
honestly
tell
feel
it? Or should I?
uncomfortable.
So there we were at Fanime in 2018.
Oh yeah, that
God.
one.
Best anime ever. by
It
the
was a
way.
great Fanime. And I'm
That was
I'm-
my personal favorite.
and there was the
There's
first day we were
always
there
have-
outside this this group of evangelists with megaphones and big giant like picket signs with if you are one of this gigantic list of people, hell awaits for you. And
Yeah,
it was
that
like,
kinda-
I hate them.
Oh,
I would
yeah.
just like to
Muslims,
point out that
gays,
these guys spent the
lesbians,
entire weekend screaming.
money lovers was
What?
near the bottom of the list.
Money lovers?
Yes,
What?
money lovers are going
So-
to hell.
So
and-
if you like you go with your money, you're an asshole for it.
If you like
Well,
money at all,
It's not.
if you
it's
like
not,
being monetarily valuable to society, you're going to
Can I
hell.
at least speak?
Yes.
Yes.
But can I say the one more thing that they had on there? They had and I am quoting this, good people as
Wait,
one
good
of their
people?
hell awaits people.
Wait,
Nice.
what?
Yeah.
Good people.
Hell
Go to hell.
will wait. Hell will wait for you.
And so between Matt and Quail and I, the "excuse me, sir, are you a good person?" thing happened, and I was like, "Yeah, well, you're going to hell."
Hell awaits.
It's like fucking Flanders. He's like, all right, you're going to hell. So,
My favorite scene was it's like, hey, you want to smoke a reeferino? They said
Legal
that
here.
when he goes,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
Canadian Flanders.
Yeah, he's like, it's legal. He's like, they always told me Stain was attractive.
Yeah.
I remember the one where, like, I love the bit with Flanders Halloween special. After one Halloween special, he's like, well, that concludes our Halloween special, and if you've been watching this, you're going to hell.
Oh man. I love old school Simpsons. It's the best.
I honestly prefer, I still watch The Simpsons over Family Guy because there's some sort of effort with Simpsons, like barely an effort, but there's still an effort.
No. Family Guy has an effort. It's Seth MacFarlane is a very hit or miss kind of writer, where
his heart has to be in it, like, because
no.
watch
It's
The
not that
Orville.
his
It's
heart.
great.
It's okay. I think he is
Talk about
kind
that.
of, in a sense. I think there is a little bit of passion with the stuff that Family Guy does. It's just that it's kind of out there to where the point where you can say, okay, is this genius or is this kind of stupid? And there are some times where it hits on the genius side, and then there are some times where it hits on the this is really fucking stupid side.
I'll be honest.
I love the one where they did. There's a recent one that was like fucking brilliant, where they just they talked about like series reboots, and
that was the
like,
one with like where like the Michael Bay style and shit.
that one was good. I was talking about the one where they specifically the one where they talked about if this show, if Family Guy were to get picked up by other networks, and the kind of show it would be. Like,
Never seen that.
there was one that was a reboot that focused on Lois, and it was like this just progressive kind of like woman-led modern sitcom show. I don't know what to compare it to, but it's like one of those like
New Adventures of Old Christine.
I guess. There was one, and one of my favorite jokes in that segment was Joe and Quagmire were gay, but in their words, they were television gay, so all they can do is adopt kids, go out for jogs, and puck and piss,
Oh my god.
and nothing more.
Like the last episode of Family Guy that I legitimately enjoyed, like I actually really enjoyed, was the murder mystery episode special.
That was fucking great.
That was great,
fucking
and I love because here's the thing, because first of all, it stuck to its premise. One of the issues I have with Family Guy is that they will constantly remove its premise from the beginning of the episode. Like, we'll have an episode where, like, Peter's going to get a free bike. Oh,
The Simpsons have been doing that for the longest time, though.
They do it too, but I feel like Family Guy does it way more sporadically. Like, it will happen way more often, and it just feels way more janky. But yeah,
I feel like that's part of the fun of it, though.
Yeah, but the other thing I liked about that special was because when it got serious, I was actually getting like, invested. I was like, when it got serious and shit, and people were dying, bodies were dropping, I was like, oh shit, this is actually getting kind
That's
of
the funny
like,
thing is,
intimidating.
those characters never came back.
Yeah, except for James Woods. I do know he came back in that show.
Yeah.
But
James Woods always came back.
Yeah, and the killer in this, and who the killer turned out to be, and I won't spoil it for anyone that hasn't watched the show or hasn't seen the special. I will say this: it was someone we knew. It was someone we've known since the very beginning of the show, and I was like, "Holy shit! They fucking went there. They actually made this character a fucking murderer." And this character, and when that character died, I was actually expecting like like at some point, like the character would come back in some really creepy way. She'd be like the new Sideshow Bob or some shit, if you know what I'm talking about. But then it turned out, no, this character wound up, staying dead and never came back, along with the other characters that did die.
That's one of the funny things is, again, another segment from the episode that I was talking about was them doing it from the perspective of them doing like a remake of Family Guy from the perspective of the CW.
Oh,
and it was just a slam on CW, and it was funny as shit.
I'm gonna guess mostly focusing on the teenagers. They looked really weirdly attractive, and they.
Yeah, no, that was it. That was it.
CW shows.
Yeah,
it was my favorite moment where it was like it's like so Patty got the letter for the accepting of the college. Oh, is she still majoring in Lot to Live For? Oh. And then they go out immediately to see that she's like dead.
Again, there's certain shows like I feel like one show I definitely recommend checking out if you want to see a different type of family comedy. F is for Family. I actually started watching that show.
I started watching that show when it came out, but because I liked Bill Burr. But what kept me from watching it, and this is gonna sound really petty, but what kept me from watching it is that it took place in the 70s.
Oh yeah, I remember you telling me about that issue there. I watched,
and I guess it's not really an issue. It's just that's what I wasn't. It's like I kind of just wanted another modern piece.
Yeah. Honestly, it really could have just been a modern piece in some areas. Like the only point, there's only a few points where it really does date itself, where you're like, okay, yeah, that's definitely something you could only do in the 70s. But it's pretty good. The last season was really interesting.
I feel like Bill Burr is the master of fucking boomer humor, though.
Yeah, well, last season we actually get to meet like the main character's father, and there's actually a scene that it was kind of like it was kind of funny when he brought it up, but still it was still pretty emotional. Where he talked about this really fucked up situation where his dad, made him walk all the way home while screaming, "Does anyone want a daughter? I thought I had a son," type of moment. But then they actually show the scene in the show, and I'm like, God damn, this is actually pretty fucking hard to watch. And when it comes to the relationship towards the parents here, it's actually really interesting. You actually find out that there is way more of a similarity between the main character and his son. His oldest son, because we find out that they were pretty much the same thing growing up.
Yeah, I kind of got that. Like, I definitely need to go back and watch that show. It looks like it's gonna be fucking great, but again, the one thing that deterred me back in 2015 when it came out was it took place in the 70s, and I just wasn't looking for that because I had just gotten off of BoJack, and BoJack was modern, and it was one of the best critiques of modern culture, and I was like, I want more of this. Can somebody hand me more of this? And Rick and Morty was still going on too, so it was I kind of just wanted more of it. Yeah, Rick and Morty was in the middle of its best season.
Yeah, and they show, and I'm like, dude, I'm fucking like, people are already memeing Mr. Nimbus. Mr. Nimbus.
What's
I
that?
think the best season of Rick and Morty was season 2, honestly.
Yeah.
Season 2 was the best because it solved my problems. It was literally season 1 with every problem I had with it solved. Like, my biggest issue with season 1 is I feel that they didn't use Summer enough.
Yeah, and
I thought
she
she
became
kind of
more prominent. And
she became
Yeah, and she actually, we even have that bit where in the beginning where she even says, "You're worried that I'm going to replace you," like when she's talking to Morty and stuff, and Rick has to fucking deconstruct that whole thing and pretty much make it clear, you kids are nothing. You kids are fucking little homunculus. So,
and then they shaft her again for season 3.
Yeah,
I think
she's in season 3.
My problem with Rick and Morty is basically everyone I don't know, they season 3 is just the first episode that they put out where it's aliens are controlling everything and Morty uses the portal gun to go to his original dimension. I think that was the best episode of that season.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That and the one where it's like you saw Evil Morty. Those are the two best episodes. But the problem is, they're at the very beginning and very end of the season. Season 3, honestly, to me, is fine, but like half the episodes suck. Or, like,
No, I actually thought season 3 was fucking great.
I think season
Okay.
4, I
Season 3
have
was
more problems with.
okay. Before we get on to season 4, I just want to acknowledge that I think season 3 is absolutely incredible, but very different from what the core of Rick and Morty is.
Season 3, I liked like 75% of the episodes. There are only like 3 or 4 I didn't like.
Was one of them the Avengers episode? Because I think
That one
like,
I hated.
love
Fuck
the
that episode.
I
Fuck that
love
episode.
the Avengers. I love the Avengers episode.
I
Yeah,
hated
that-
episode.
that one is.
I'm
like,
not gonna lie, that
universally
was
hated.
really fucking retarded.
I hate that one.
Yeah, surprisingly, even like believe it or not, even the creator doesn't like that episode. I'm like, why the hell did you make that one?
The creator
Gotta
just
be
doesn't
funny.
like it because it was the creator doesn't like it because it's offensive, and because it doesn't follow the hero's journey.
Oh
I just
yeah.
think it's a complete waste of characters that could have been cool and something. And then Rick
Yeah,
just kills them because
I
fuck it.
liked it.
Well, except for
I really liked the subversion. I really liked the way they set it up, and I really liked the way they knocked it down. Where they in the interviews we watched before the episode premiere, they were like, "Hey, World Ender's gonna be this giant seasonary threat," and then it just turns out Rick knocked him out while drunk.
Yeah, like he killed him
I
drunk.
thought that
and
was
then,
hilarious, and I thought
there-
Rick's saw tests for the Vindicators to prove a point that they were all stupid and useless was hilarious too.
I think one bit that I
It's
really
really
did,
separate episode of that season, I think.
one bit I will say I didn't like in that episode, which legit made me laugh, was the fucking the punchline regarding noob.
Noob,
I
noob.
don't remember that.
Yeah,
I love
like,
you, noob, noob.
Yeah, my favorite
You're so
episode
fucking
though.
cool.
Yeah, my favorite episode though in season 3 has to be the detoxic episode because it
That
actually
episode's
dives.
great.
Yeah, 'cause
I
it dives-
hated that. Oh, okay, I hated the ending. I loved the episode up until the ending because it's like Morty is doing so much better being detoxified. So
Okay.
what would be the purpose of just like what would like let Morty have his successful life and then just fucking like go off?
I think it's
Yeah.
the issue of like having it where, like again, this plays with the idea that Rick does because this actually dives into what happened in the last season with the whole Rick needs people in his life or he just doesn't. He just kind of fucks up and stuff. Because they even bring up in that episode in that ending that Jessica brings up that how Rick kept calling her crying because he didn't have Morty anymore. So it's like, so it's kind of, and even in the finale we have that whole thing where like she says, yeah, we learned a lot. We already learned that heck, if we leave you alone, you're not a threat. If we just leave you alone, you're not a threat. Which, in Rick and Morty, because like in the final season.
My opinion on season 4 is the entire first half is awful. I
I
hated the
love
first
the
half.
first half.
First half of season 4 is some of the worst I've seen, and the second half was so much better. Like honestly, if it wasn't for the second half being good, I'd have just dropped the show.
No,
I was
disagree.
super close to dropping the show because it was so bad.
No, I disagree. I think the what was it? What were the first 4 episodes? What were the first 5? The Dungeons and Dragons one. I'm starting to see.
That was just weird.
I'm starting to kind. I personally liked it, but I'm starting to see people's opinions on it. I'm starting to come around to being like, okay, maybe this isn't the best designed episode because everything kind of happens so quickly.
If you drink every time they say the word slut, you're gonna be blackout after.
Oh,
you
but
drink.
I think it has some. I think it has some fucking great jokes in it. Like, yeah, we'll be free to fuck woolly mammoths. Oh no, only you're into that.
What's up,
I
Michael?
thought that was funny.
Yeah, that was fine. I don't like that episode. I think it's just weird. Like it
What
just
was it?
doesn't go anywhere. It's just annoying.
Okay,
I
okay,
wanted to see
Can somebody? Okay,
a cool dragon story. I don't want to see dragons that are like fucking sex-depraved losers. I wanted to see a cool ass dragon story. Like I wish like the whole like part where like they go on that epic quest to like get the
And
dragon.
that's Matthew
That
on
was the
space.
episode.
Funny thing,
and that's
actually,
Matthew,
that's
and that's Matthew on space made it so furries are no more.
I don't care about furries. Furries are fun. I don't care.
funny
No,
thing
They do
about
their own
okay,
thing. I don't give
okay.
a shit.
Okay,
funny thing- that episode,
okay. Real quick. I want to just kind of go through the beginning of season 4 because I kind of forgot a lot of the order of a lot of these episodes. So, episode 1, What was that? That was the
Season 3 or 4 for the one where Rick like fights with his hammer that he built that like predicts shit.
That was the heist episode.
I like that.
No,
heist episode.
okay.
So
Oh,
was
okay.
that
the heist
season 3 or
episode
4?
was fucking-
4.
That was 4. No,
That
the
was a good
heist
episode.
episode. The heist episode was fucking brilliant. I love the kind of the theme of the season with that showing Rick's more human traits, because I see the connection in the episode where Rick is revealed to be like a shy pooper, and the episode with the vat of acid.
Those are
That
both
Rick
good
has
episodes.
this. Those are the shy pooper one was early
Really?
season 4. Yeah.
I don't like
So-
season 4. Like I think was that the first or second episode? I don't know. Like a lot of those episodes in season 4, I just don't like in the first half. Like
So,
there's 1 or 2 I
Pickle
like,
Rick
but I
kind of-
really do not
okay.
like the first half.
Pickle Rick kind of set up this whole thing of that Rick isn't a god. Rick is.
I know that.
Despite his better traits, he is still human, and he succumbs to some of his worst human traits. Like, example, pettiness. And I think those 2 episodes kind
Such a
of
petty
reinforce it.
motherfucker.
Yeah,
Because
and that's
he goes through like he jumps through these entire unnecessary hoops, and
Oh,
my favorite one being the vat of acid, where he could have just been like, yeah, no, I don't want to make you this savior game thing in real life. I don't want to make it that. I don't want to make you that, and just kind of leave it at that. But no, he went into it. He could have just even accepted that Morty thought that the vat of acid was fucking stupid, but no, he made this thing that ended up being the cause of the horrific deaths of other Mortys from other dimensions, just because Morty insulted his vat of acid.
yeah. And also to add,
That
like,
episode was great.
yeah, like
That
one
was the back
episode,
half.
yeah, and then when it came to like
That was the back half.
yeah,
The
one
Shy
episode,
Cooper thing was the front half.
yeah,
I'm looking at which episodes aired where. So
I don't think you didn't. I'm starting to doubt that you didn't like the first half of season 4, because you've been complimenting a lot of the episodes. I think it was just the Dungeons and Dragons one that was kind of bad, right?
like, what did you think of the first episode, Rick, where Rick kept dying repeatedly?
That was
here we go.
great.
Let's see. Okay, actually no,
Hey,
the first
hey.
half actually did have
Hey,
good
hey.
episodes, so I'm looking up. Oh no, that wasn't.
Not
the only
freeing
one I
your
really
grandpa
hate-
is not okay. Hey, not
What?
cloning.
Oh
And
yeah,
then one
yeah,
of the fucking
yeah.
holograms was like this fucking stoned.
yeah.
Oh,
and
yeah.
then we have that whole bit. Like again, one episode I loved was the fucking time travel episode, because now whenever someone tells me why I don't like time travel, I just point to this episode to them, because that is a good reason why I don't like time travel. It gets
Okay,
really-
so you've literally just said that was great to every front load episode except for the Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah, okay, yeah, I'm looking at it. Okay, actually this is better, but like, I don't know, that one just broke me.
That one, okay, I will admit it's not the best, but I
No,
I
it's
like
the
Rick
worst
and Morty.
episode they've made. It's the worst episode they've made.
I'm gonna be honest. Wait. Morty's Mind Blowers was kind of pointless.
That was just a fun, stupid episode. I don't care.
man, like I would.
That's
I
like
think-
interdimensional cable. That's like the same thing.
It wasn't interdimensional cable. It was
I think-
interdimensional
No, but it
cable,
was pretty much the
worse.
same kind of thing where it's like, here's the dumb episode of the year.
Yeah,
Man,
like,
I wish they did. I hope they go back to doing interdimensional cable. That
I
Yeah.
think
shit
they've
was-
said they will. It's just hard for them to come up with ideas because they literally do all that shit on the fly where they're basically in a VO booth for like a couple days and they're like, what's this dumb shit we can come up with? Like,
yeah.
it's so, like, I like
Oh,
it.
the
Interdimensional cable was fun, but like
octopus,
that dragon episode is like nearly what killed my interest for the show.
What was the episode 8 for
Season 4?
season 4?
It was, that was actually the vat of acid.
Oh
and-
yeah, that kind of was.
Here, I'll tell you what the episodes were. So the first one was the one where Morty takes a crystal to see his deaths. The second one was the toilet seat. The third one was the heist one. The fourth one was the dragon. The fifth one was the snake time travel one. The sixth one was Story Train.
Story Train. That one
The
was.
seventh
that
one was
by
the
far
Glorzo
best
one.
episode of the show.
The seventh
Yeah,
one was
Glorzo.
Glorzo. 8 was Vat of
Glorzo.
Acid. 9 was Gaia, with like Rick does all that weird shit with the unproductives and things like that.
Sexy
Yeah.
Planet.
Yeah. And then 10 was
okay. I just want to say before we move on to episode 10, Gaia was such a strange episode. I don't think it was a very good or fun episode, but I love the ending where they literally just admit, "Hey, none of us learned anything from it. Fuck all of you."
Yeah, and then freaking honestly, I was expecting
no, Jerry, you had power. You could have done something with it, but no.
Yeah, and like no one learned a lesson. The whole
Jerry.
The whole thing with the Zeus thing was kind of funny because I'm like the whole thing like,
and they killed him. They killed him. It was so fucking good.
They're just crashing him into his head.
Rick got jealous.
Yeah, and then we have the whole thing where like, and I'm like, wait, so Rick has fucked a hive mind, and a planet. Rick has a really weird. Think about that. Rick has been because Rick first off he hooked up with Unity, which by the way that's probably like my second favorite episode of season 2. So,
I'm gonna be honest. I don't think that episode. I don't really like that episode. Partly just because I don't really like Unity. I think she's a terrible character.
Yeah, like
I like Pat Oswald in there for no reason. Pat Oswald.
I like what they did. I like what they did with Rick in that episode, though. So
where he kind of just like I like it because because I thought it was.
I especially love the scene where it's just like out of the blue. It's like I need an Uncle Sam costume, a hang glider, and Stan's packed with.
Really? I need some percussion here.
Literally, probably going to be one episode. I'd like it to be a continuation of what they did in the Council of Ricks with Candidate Morty being.
That was so good. That was honestly the best episode of season 3.
Yeah, and then but yeah,
and the season 3 finale was not as good.
Yeah, the one thing I'm curious though, and again, this isn't. I shouldn't have said the word theory because I know that they have their own thing and stuff. But
It's just a theory, a game theory.
The thing I really am curious to see though is how Beth will react to herself because they bring up how how the space version of her does act a lot like Rick in his younger years. But here's the thing. Rick in his younger, and they show you that Rick, you saw with Bird Person, that Rick was a very different guy. Like he was a more heroic person. But as time went on, he got more and more messed up.
And he chastises Beth for that a little bit.
Yeah, so I'm wondering is Rick trying to stop Beth, like the space version of Beth from becoming him because like
I think the warning he gave to Beth out front about like it's
fighting
a
resistance
dangerous world out there. Nothing will stop. The world will not stop trying to throw you until it fucking does, and eventually it will, because he was exactly right, and you will become me eventually.
Yeah, so I'm wondering
right now, but you will become me eventually if you go this route.
And
that's on you.
Yeah, and the one thing
you don't know what you want.
Yeah, and the one thing about Rick that has always been very sure, and Morty and it's been emphasized every single time, the one person that Rick hates the most is himself. So, and again, we don't really know what's going to happen. So I'm wondering, is Space Beth going to be a one-time character, or is she going to she's going to fight it out with that other Beth, and she's just going to fucking leave, or...
I think
I thought that they came to a mutual agreement that Rick basically just sucks and fuck it, let's go hang out.
Yeah, but that's the thing though. Like that could change. Like because we don't really know.
I don't make theories of the show just because it
can go anywhere you want, really. Like again, hell,
that's the point of the story train. Is it's not gonna go the way you think it does.
Yeah, all we know is
it'll actually end with Jesus.
Oh God, I would.
The best story.
That would be the honestly best ending ever, where it's just obligatorily awful. Like they do it on purpose because you saw how Game of Thrones ended. Well, what if it's actually deliberately bad instead of just mishandled? What if we actually just do it awfully just to spite you fuckers?
Yeah, we just
to spite you fuckers. We're gonna make it objectively terrible on purpose. So you're like, wow, that ending was terrible. Fuck this show, and people just keep mentioning it for years only because of the ending. Because that's the thing, is everyone was super positive on Game of Thrones and was like, this is the greatest show ever, until the final season when the creators just gave up.
Thing. That's the thing is, even if that were the case, Rick and Morty is episodic, so that wouldn't work. That would only work for a show that is fucking serialized.
We can serialize the final season then and say fuck it.
I can remember one show that pulled like a fuck you ending, and that was Boba 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 Boba.
Oh yeah.
Where the ending is literally the lead up to this epic war that will never happen because the creators, not the creators, but the show itself proclaims, hey, this is the final episode. And it's leading up to all this fight with every character that we've seen up to this point. And it's like, yeah, but this is the final episode, so you're never going to fucking see it.
Yeah, and well, also that same thing happened with freaking Duckman, where, again, I don't know if any of you guys, have you guys ever seen the show Duckman?
I don't know what that is.
BoJack Horseman, where it was like, "Hey,
Watch the show,
this
no
is the final."
spoilers.
Okay. I won't say
We are
anything.
sort of running low on steam here, I think.
This is the longest
we?
one I've done, I think, or longest one I've
Yeah.
done.
Are we?
at least.
I feel like we're picking up because
It's 12:50.
show discussion.
This
Show
isn't-
discussion is like my fucking forte.
Sure,
Yeah.
but at the same time, we've gone for 3 hours.
Fuck,
say
we
what-
had.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
almost 1 a.m. Can I say one show that I think is okay? Like
What?
What?
I think Korra, honestly, is like the definition of a show that's like
Legend of
okay.
Korra?
Yeah, what other Korra is there?
There's a lot of other Korras, man, but
Yeah,
whatever.
But yeah, I think that show.
The one with
Honestly,
K
the
and
reason
2
why-
Rs.
It's
The
so
reason
bad.
why that show is completely fucked over repeatedly is because Nickelodeon was just a pain in
No,
the
the
ass.
reason
The
why
one,
it was
the one
fucked
with
over is
the
because
one with a
some
K and
really
2 Rs
awful
and no
writing.
continuity value.
Either one, because it was fucked over because the writers couldn't keep consistent with their continuity. The writers couldn't keep consistent with the lore that they set up over the course of Avatar.
It was
And they
also that
making,
Nickelodeon
like,
kept fucking them over because
fucking
Nickelodeon's like,
stupid
hey, make
decisions.
one episode that's one season that's short, and then they're like, cool, we want to bring you back for 3 more. Also, the final 2 seasons won't be on TV; they'll be online.
How about
Oh,
the
yeah,
fucking,
that
how about
did
that fucking
fucking
weak
happen.
ass love triangle that they kept trying to shove in our
That was.
faces?
I'm glad they dumped that. Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
Or
season 2 was
how
like my
about-
least favorite.
No,
to be honest.
season 2 is bad, except for Juan.
I hated one. I thought that
Yeah.
was so bad because it turned this complex Civil War story into a battle of like good versus evil.
No, that was stupid, but Juan
God.
himself was just awesome.
I like the one stuff.
No, the Dark Avatar shit was so stupid.
No, that was stupid.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like, that was pretty bad, and like I'm just like, because I'll be honest here, Unalaq was not an interesting villain. In fact, the writers clearly didn't like him because they did a whole. Because I remember in like the last season they did this really weird clip show where like they just were like
Well,
everyone's
they had
kind
that clip show, right?
of to fill time.
No, so they wanted to do an episode that was like sort of like the Ember Island players.
Oh,
But Nickelodeon
yeah.
was like, hey, we know that your next episode's really expensive. So you have 2 options. One is you can make this episode like that's like Ember Island, but like different because it's like modern or whatever. Or it'd be probably like you see a movie of like Chorus stuff or whatever. But they were like, you can either do that episode, like you can either have a quick show, or and like keep your and like do your awesome season finale, or you can make your episode that's like sort of like Ember Island players, and then half your animating staff because it's too expensive has to go on the finale. And they're like, okay, we don't want to dick over our animators because we've been working with them since like 2004, 2005. So we'll do a clip show because we have to. We don't want to finish the show without everybody who's been working on the show. It's like basically Nickelodeon, like they just the reason why it's a clip show is because they were like, we don't want to have to let our animators go before we're all done. We want to be done with all of them at the same time. So we're only doing a clip show. Like they put it on their blog. They were like, we're doing a clip show because Nickelodeon wants to give us the amount of money that we wanted to do cool 2 episodes that were cool. So it was like either we had to do a clip show or we had to fire half of our animators. We didn't want to do that. So like they haven't like both bastards have integrity and nothing else.
Yeah, like the
Even if their shows are kind of screwy sometimes.
Yeah,
They give a shit.
Yeah, like I didn't care for that clip show episode except for one bit because most of these things reminded me of the old Hanna-Barbera parodies Cartoon Network used to do for a while, and that is that scene where like we have all the villains. I legit found it funny, and again, when Unalaq shows up, they just all hang up on him. I'm like, okay, so even the writer, like that guy, certainly even the writers didn't like him as a villain, and they kind of ignored him, and they kind of give him shit the entire time. Like, even
That's my feeling is if they were sticking around on the Avatar live action, and then they went to make the 4 one, I have a feeling they would do season 2 very differently. And also they would keep them.
Yeah, like
Like
with
they have an idea of what they wanted. Or it feels like it went through a rough draft that just wasn't.
yeah, like with Korra, it had an interesting concept with the equal.
That was rad.
You know, that was-
Man, if only the Equalists were actually lived up to their potential, and they did tell the story of. They told the story of
the
like,
twist was rushed, man. That's the part that really bugged me.
No,
That
It was
no,
rushed
no,
because
no.
Nickelodeon was like, you have 13
There's this
episodes,
really
go,
inter-
monkey.
There's this really interesting theory about the Equalist movement that it was saying that this season 1, was an oppression story viewed from the lens of the oppressor, learning that they are the oppressor. And if that's actually what the show is, and that's actually the case, I have a little more respect for Reich with season 1.
I'm sorry, I gotta cut this short. I just really need to go to bed.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's
This
cut
is
it
a
off
fun
then.
podcast, then.
Yeah. Again, we've done a lot. This is a pretty long one.
It was a pretty long one.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get back to playing Final Fantasy VII.
You
Nice.
still
All
haven't
right,
finished
have
that damn
fun.
game?
I keep taking breaks. It's also just I'm getting more into it though. I really do like it.
Okay.
How far are you?
I finished the game.
I love searching Avatar on Netflix, and the first 6 things it came up with was the TV Avatar: Last Number TV show, Korra, some stupid thing with like gaming and trivia, the Last Airbender movie, the Dragon Prince, and Into the Spider-Verse. It's like the 2 of these things do not belong.
Actually, Dragon Prince was.
No, the things that don't belong are
Before-
King's Avatar and the Airbender movie.
Oh yeah.
Before
I knew you were gonna fucking.
Before I end stream, I gotta show you guys this.
What is it?
The
music.
progress report.
Oh, sick.
Let's check it out.
The music in the Discord screen share. So
Ooh, Jurassic Park is on Netflix.
some samples might cut off, and that's not my fault. That is the program's fault, and it renders just fine.
I'll just watch it on stream.
This is tight.
Thanks.
Oh yeah.
Yo, Okay, I'm watching the stream on YouTube as well, so I didn't know if that was just me talking over the YouTube footage or.
Nah, you're fine. Gonna just.
Oh shit.
Ooh, that one's gonna get way turned up.
Where did half of our live chat go?
I don't know.
Oh
Yeah.
my god. I'm looking at my YouTube feed, and the first thing that basically Dork uploaded a Fall Guys video, and oh god. The first thing he said is oh no.
Wait, what
Oh
happened?
no.
Alright, so I'm gonna render that. I'm gonna see you guys later, and to
Catch you later, man.
to the stream.
Yeah.
Thank you everybody for tuning in. Thank you Ocean. Thank you Second Noble Panda, and everybody else who was watching. If you want to see more, you know where to click. And
This was a good podcast. I'm really glad I made it on for this one.
Me too.
Yep. And remember,
good for you
your
guys.
challenge ruined. Remember it.
none for a week.
Yes.
None. Absolutely
None.
none.
For, what do I get if I do this? What's the incentive?
KFC.
What'd you say?
No, that
no,
was that
no.
was if
Your
he
incentive
loses.
is Bees Churgers.
You will buy me bees churgers.
I will make you bees churgers.
Well, your bees churgers are pretty good. And maybe a good incentive. Come back next week to see if Ruins gets the bees churgers.
Come back. Tune in next week to see if bees churgers have been earned.
You know what? I'm not going to do this for the bees churgers. I'm going to do this because it's a challenge.
In the meantime, your victory is rendering this scene, and I will see you guys later.
Okay. I'm still allowed to talk about my AI girlfriend because that shit is honestly interesting.